Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Doof Doof Paranormal. Karen from Australia. This is a creator who has been an overwhelmingly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in the Tuber Chat family for a few months now. She makes regular appearances almost daily, as a matter of fact, and like I said, has just been an overwhelmingly generous force in our community. So I hope everybody will connect with her. Of course, the idea of paranormal investigations and explorations of abandoned locations are the focus here. She brings that to us in shorts, videos, and live streams. I'm just taking her latest video, putting it in a special playlist I keep called Catch Up, so I can catch up with creators in one way or another. When we look at the shorts on this channel, we see a lot of production value actually, and I encourage anybody to look at a few of these to see what I'm talking about, because it's very common for a lot of creators, myself included, to simply point a camera at something and hope that that shorts will take off, and it can happen. There's a lottery winning aspect to it all, but I think when we put production value behind our shorts, it can really help, and Doof Doof Paranormal's doing just that, so I hope you'll have a look. As well, live streams are frequent. I hope to catch her for another one. It's been a little while, but we've got notifications on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. So thank you everybody for coming in, especially at such short notice and at an uncommon day and time. We haven't been able to do a stream on Monday afternoon for a while. I'm in the Eastern time zone, of course, but we're happy to be here. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. I don't know how he does it. He manages to make it in for every single stream. He's a beloved and dedicated moderator, and of course in the pole position on the wheel. Now, I've got a couple of names on the wheel already. GA Girl Every Woman Wellness Channel has been a dear friend for a long time. She just renewed her membership, so thank you for that. I've got her on the wheel. Lisa J. Stocks is there, and Anthony from Unidentified S4 was early in the door as well. Ron's Keto Cafe is being added right now, along with Natalie Nicole's ASMR. And I'll add some more names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation after a long period of time, likely 2 hours from now. Pardon me while I scan through the chat here. Dark Swordsman Gaming, thank you for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support to get us started for today. They've done that countless times before, but we always put super chatters on the screen in order, and then we get around to spinning the wheel, which is full of members for now, and I'll add some more names later. So we'll look at Dark Swordsman Gaming before we start spinning the wheel in another moment. I know we got a bit more activity going through the chat here. GA Girl Every Woman Wellness Channel has been a member over 2 years, well, almost 2.5 years actually. So thank you for that incredibly generous support. And she just dropped a highlighted milestone message in the chat, as did, let me see, we just got another one, right? Yes, Professional Paranormal Research. Thank you for that. And they've been a member for 4 months now already. It's amazing how time flies, right? We get reminded when we see those highlighted milestone messages in the chat. Woman Outdoors is in the house as well. She dropped a special premiere the other day. And I'm going to get her on the wheel for that reason. I'll do some more introductions in a moment. Canadian Family Life, of course, from New Brunswick. Tiffany makes it into every stream. And Corinne's Life, a longtime dear friend as well as member and moderator, is in the house. And pardon me while I clean up the wheel a little bit here. It takes me a moment to get that done, and then we'll get to some more introductions and spinning, of course, like I was saying, after Dark Swordsman Gaming. And KK's Travel and Education Vlogs was first in the door. Thanks for being here. The Servant David Show actually caught them live. Was it this morning or yesterday? Forgive me for being confused about that. And I know our American friends have a Columbus Day holiday today, and to our Canadian friends, happy Thanksgiving. I did my family stuff, including dinner and everything else, yesterday. And family time is my favorite thing, so I was happy for that. The Stock Explorer's in the house. And let's see what they're doing in Florida. Get them onto the wheel right now. And Professional Paranormal Research, thank you so much for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated always, but for that reason we'll put their channel up right after Dark Swordsman Gaming, and then we'll get to spinning shortly. Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network is a one-of-a-kind channel that brings fantasy football into the Tuber Chat family. Jason Saunders might be here for the first time. Forgive me if I'm mistaken about that, but good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here, and everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Kelly Family Adventures is here, and Zaza Wise is back in the house. Good to see you both. Zaza Wise is a brand new channel, actually. Annabelle TV brings fun everywhere she goes. A little bit of comedy usually comes along with that, including here in the Tuber Chat live chats during our streams. I'll get her onto the wheel because she happens to be a member. Controversial Cruising has been added. VS Speaks Royally is going to talk to us about the royal family more than anything else. I'll get their channel onto the wheel because they happen to be a member. And we'll get moving on to the next channel in another second. I just wanted to introduce Doof Doof Paranormal for anybody that hasn't already seen them, because they have been an overwhelmingly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in Tuber Chat for quite some time now, and they're officially on the road to 500 subscribers, so I'm sure they're excited about that. We'd love to push them a little bit farther. Now, while I get Dark Swordsman Gaming's channel up on the screen, I hope everybody will... if you'd like to swap playlists with each other in the chat, just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Pardon me. And Dark Swordsman Gaming is actually going to bring us a lot of video gameplay. We've seen this channel again and again and again. They just dropped a super chat, so we wanted to put their channel up right away. Super chatters always get put on the screen right away in order. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and then we'll add some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation later in the stream. Back to good to see you here. Wrestling Figs is in the house. Thank you both for coming in. And when we look at Dark Swordsman Gaming, we see now 150 subscribers. This creator's bringing us both videos and live streams, mixing up some video gameplay. A lot of Final Fantasy we see here. I think we see Stardew Valley on this channel as well, and other popular titles. And then Sea of Stars I haven't seen, so that's an interesting game for me to check out. And then Dead Space is interesting as well. There's Stardew Valley, like I was talking about. I didn't know this. I was asking my son, because he's much more of a gamer than I am, but he was letting me know that Stardew Valley might be the biggest independent title of all time, or at least of its kind. Some Fortnite on this channel as well. So Dark Swordsman Gaming's doing a lot of live streaming, as you can see, usually a few times a week, and then dropping videos a couple of times a week as well. Lots of content here, and hopefully we can push them towards the 200 subscribers they're thinking about. Lady for Lucy 4, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Or pardon me, Lady Lucy 4. I'm mispronouncing that, but good to have you here, and all that fluff and stuff is in the house as well. They are also from Australia, like the first channel that we looked at today. So I'll get them onto the wheel because they happen to be a member. And then, I'm always good, the Stock Explorer. Thank you for asking. Hopefully you are too. Now, I miss a lot that goes on in the chat, especially while we're doing our introductions. And I don't mean to miss anybody. Hopefully I haven't. But if anybody's mentioned something specific that you meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Corinne's Life's in the chat. She dropped a video yesterday. I haven't seen it yet, but I know that it was there. And then Professional Paranormal Research is up here as well. Interesting, because they come to us through the I believe they're already connected to Doof Doof Paranormal, one of the first channels, or the first channel for today that we looked at. Another brand new channel's in the chat. So Lily the Husky, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Professional Paranormal Research brings us more paranormal investigations, explorations of abandoned locations. It's a collection of creators here. Investigates, explores haunted, eerie, spooky, sinister places of the unknown. So yeah, I'll leave it to you to read that about page and do a better job than I just did. But they're closing in on 2,000 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. And then my mic has a high-pitched noise, says Wrestling Figs. I'll just ask the moderators if there's any trouble with my mic that you can hear. Whenever you're in a live stream, let's just say if you're the host, right, you're in the live stream and somebody mentions that something's wrong, you try not to be distracted the first time because it might be them, not you. But then as soon as you hear it the second time or third time, then you know it's you, right? And that can happen with buffering, noise complaints, things like the camera not being clear and things like that. But thank you for that, Wrestling Fig. So our moderators are looking into that. So Corinne's Life says that she hears a high-pitched noise. I don't know what on earth that is. So I'll knock the mic down a little bit, and hopefully it won't be too detrimental for today. I have the same setup I did the other day, but hopefully it's okay. And we'll see. Yeah, thank you, Wrestling Figs. Pardon me. So, when we look... Yeah, there's a noise, says Canadian Family Life as well. Annabelle TV says they don't hear a thing, but we never know, right? Janet Homestead, where you are, is in the house. They happen to be a member. I'll put them on the wheel right now. And when I knock that mic volume down a little bit, I'm just curious if that helped at all. We'll see. It's just feedback. Yeah. I wonder if it's just my computer speakers are a little high. Hopefully it's improved a little bit. But that could be it. That's one thing we have to think about, right? And in the setup that I'm at right this second, I often forget and leave my computer speaker volume too high. So I'll tell you what, let me try one thing quickly and then we'll continue talking about professional paranormal research. By resetting the mic, hopefully that helped a little bit, but we'll see. Wayne's World Unlimited, good to have you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Nova Real Show, good to see you here as well. And, oh, my phone. Yeah, we haven't had that problem for a while. The phone is, yeah, that's been, that was an interesting thing. It was close to the computer for a second there. Good thing Corinne's Life is mentioning that. So the Stock Explorer is going to go live right after Superchat. So that's going to be in another 3 hours from now-ish, about 5 p.m. in the Eastern time zone. And so we'll go over there and raid them. Went away and then came back. Yeah, because I switched microphones. Okay, yeah, well, forgive me, everybody. I'll turn down the mic just a little bit more. Hopefully that's not too detrimental for today. If the background music's too loud, I'll turn that down as well. And, yeah, we'll move on now. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming into the chat. Wayne's World Unlimited, I'm just going to get you onto the wheel. They happen to be a member also from the UK, actually. See, it's funny because everything's still set up from my last stream on Saturday, so there shouldn't be any trouble, whatever it is. I don't know right now. But that's the other thing. Once we're on, right? There's not much you can do, so we have to punch through, right? Or push through. So, professional paranormal research, again, hopefully you'll read that about page and see exactly what the channel's all about. But a few years ago, we had this influx of paranormal channels come through. It's a really popular genre, and we have so many friends in the paranormal genre now that I've actually been out with a couple of them on paranormal investigations. I've been invited out again. I know I can go like almost any time. I've got to get in touch with Huntophobia and Reckless Adventure to see if we're gonna do that again, especially if they come to my area, which they did before. I put a behind the scenes video from one of them out, but hopefully I'll get some more of that. I've got more footage to go through. I just have to sit there and sort through it. Follow the Bradley's Fun. Good to see you in the house. Butler Family Farm. I'm always good. Thanks for asking. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures is in the house. Good to see you here. Hendo Pomeranian Puppy's a longtime friend. And God of Dots, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully everybody who's brand new is feeling welcome. And we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. Now, Professional Paranormal Research dropped a super chat. They've done that before as well, as did Dark Swordsman Gaming. So thank you both for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we put their channels up right away. When we look at the shorts on Professional Paranormal Research, we see that they've started to post a few more. The first one got 2,400 views, which is great to see. And then they've got a live stream coming up as well, and that's going to be on Wednesday. So I've got the notification bell on for every channel, of course. I've got my notification on for every premiere live stream that we see. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content as we can from each other as well. And Ron's Keto Cafe is doing some shorts with some lottery ticket scratching, it looks like. And look at that, Corinne's Life. What luck today. She's coming up, another fellow Canadian from Nova Scotia. Now, she happens to be a member and a moderator here. She's been a dear friend for a long time. I've had numerous conversations with her, maybe more than any other creator in my 6 years on YouTube, with the exception of maybe Jeff or Kristen and things like that. But Corinne's Life's been a dear friend and a beloved and dedicated moderator for a long time. And part of me, because we got quite an influx of channels coming through today. Paul's Green Space is going to be put on the wheel. Sister Winnie, good to see you in the house. She never forgets that thumbs up. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone cooking with Net. Good to see you here if I didn't already say hello. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. So Corinne's Life has an interesting vlogging channel because it really does encompass everything that is Corinne's life. So she could be indoors, she could be outdoors, she could be shopping, she could be giving us a haul, she might be cooking, cleaning, or working on her business. And that is making merchandise, actually. Some of you have heard of Lighthouse and Anchor Designs. She makes everything from hats to mugs to vinyl stickers. The mug that I hold in my hand every day was done by her. Some of you have seen me wearing shirts that she sent over as well and things like that. She produces all this stuff and gives us a chance to see how the merchandise is made. And then as well, we can use this creator as a resource when it's time to think about a set of merchandise for our own businesses and channels. I've just taken her latest video and put this into my catch-up list. Apparently there's some humor in there, so I'll look forward to that. Shorts on this channel, she's had some great success with. So 77,000 views on a breakout shorts here, but one of these is still moving at 11,000. And that's really cool. And then when we get into live streams, we see that this creator does streaming frequently and is very well known for StreamYard panels, both hosting them and joining in on other channels. John P. Adventures, good to see you for the first time. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect. Please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Moon Boots just shared everywhere that they could, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate the shares. Those really do help. Of course, Mona did what? Good to see you in the house, and again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. I certainly don't mean to. Mike and Rihanna's adventures need to be added to the wheel, but I did see, pardon me, the Bud Files come in as well. And I discovered something today. So for anybody, I know some of the creators that are in the chat right now, especially our moderators, have been with me many times before, some hundreds of times literally, and for hours at a time. And I found out a ridiculous thing today that is an explanation for sometimes when I'm sitting here, like right now, my eyes are watering and I talk about being allergic to everything. If I've ever looked tired, we have an explanation finally. After all this time, last year, I bought some allergy medicine at Costco, and I never bothered to look as to whether it's drowsy or not. And while I can't be 100% sure yet, I understand that it's not non-drowsy. So I can't tell you how many mornings I've taken one of these allergy pills, especially if I'm around cats and things like that. And it would explain why for probably months, if not a year, I've been unexplainably tired at times. My eyes have been watering at times and things like that. And I would love to know that I don't do things like that very often. But my dear goodness, is that a relief to know, and I found it out right after I took an allergy pill for today. So when my eyes are watering and I'm not my normal perky energetic self, we have an explanation. Chris and Larry Homestead, thank you for renewing that membership. I really do appreciate that. And they've been a member for many months, actually. I'll put that channel on the wheel right now. We're going to talk about Woman Outdoors, who is in the northeastern United States. And I always mention that about this channel because of the way that they're able to present their compelling content on the channel. And then, yeah, maybe follow the Bradley's Fun. I'm allergic to everything. Dust, cats, ragweed, the weather changes, just about everything. Wayne's World Unlimited is just asking what happens when you subscribe to somebody, but every time you come online, they mysteriously unsubscribed. Oh, you're mysteriously unsubscribed. So sometimes what happens, I'm on a computer almost all the time, especially when we're here in Superchat, right? Sometimes I pull up a channel, so I'll look at Woman Outdoors, I'll do a search result. Sometimes right here, it'll look like I'm not subscribed, or sometimes I'll pull the channel up. And this is not Woman Outdoors, it could be anybody. Sometimes the button looks like it's not subscribed. A simple refresh of the page is usually enough to fix that glitch. But that's a weird thing. If you've got one particular channel that you just can't seem to subscribe to, I just keep an eye on it. Anything on YouTube that becomes a glitch or a problem is usually fixed within a couple of weeks, which I still think is an eternity considering we're in 2023, but that's just me whining about it. But that's just an idea. TCG fam, 40s and 50s is freezing over there. Hopefully in some of our other climates it's not as bad. Puppet Short Films, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. It has been getting cooler where I am in southern Ontario, Canada. Most of you know that I'm in Canada, splitting my time between Niagara Falls and Toronto. Kimberly Gila is in the house. Good to see you here. And yeah, YouTube often takes subscriptions away, usually not multiple times like that. The other thing I would do is I would think about going to the channel, watching 3 videos, at least 3 minutes or longer, and leaving comments of at least 3 or 4 sentences on every one of those videos. If it's somebody you want to make sure 100% that YouTube's not playing games, that would be all you can do, is basically what I would say. Oh, Mike and Rihanna that's interesting because they've been friends for a long, long time, and I don't know if we've ever had trouble with that. And then, so one of the things we talk about here in the Tuber Chat streams is the idea of self-promotion. So we try to keep self-promotion to a minimum. If anybody's got videos or premieres or live streams, we don't mind knowing about them when they're special occasions or things like that. But when we mention it often, I got a video coming out, I'm working on my video, keep tuned guys, don't forget to catch us tonight and stuff like that. Nobody's going to leave here to go running to see somebody's new video. The idea is we're supporting each other here. Once you've connected to other creators and have their support back, they'll be there to catch all your notifications for things that they're doing. But in other live streams, you can get timed out or banned or worse by self-promoting, so we keep it to a minimum. And then, yeah, we did. I celebrated with my family yesterday, but officially I believe the Thanksgiving holiday is Monday today, so things like government offices, banks, and things like that are closed here. But holidays in Canada have not turned into, even when I was a young lad, stores were closed on Sunday. You couldn't buy beer and liquor and things like that. And things have expanded, but everything's basically open. Not to mention, living in Niagara Falls now, we are an exception. So even when some places in Ontario, let's say, are closed, like shopping malls or stores and things like that, they tend to be open in Niagara because it's a tourist destination, so they get an exception for some reason. So GA Girl Every Woman Wellness channel is asking about channels getting demonetized. There's lots of different reasons. Some of it is community guideline strikes. That can be a big thing. Some of it can be the idea of watch hours. Now, I have not yet heard of a channel that I've known of, that got demonetized because their watch hours decreased. But that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I just personally don't remember hearing of any in the last 3 years or so, right? But it is a possibility. YouTube lets us know we're supposed to keep those watch hours up even after we're monetized, so it's an idea. Rudy Areta with autism, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. But there's a few different reasons. But GA Girl Every Woman Wellness channel, we've known each other a long time. My guess is it's almost always community guideline strikes. A lot of times you get heavy trolling, right? So some of you will notice if I'm in your premiere or live stream and you allow trolls like to hang out on your channel, I know it can be funny, but you'll see me go quiet. And the reason why is because we don't want them to move around and start infecting everybody's channels and things like that. Not everybody looks at trolling the same. But when you have too many trolls, they can start reporting you just because they think it's funny, like almost like Teamsters or a gang. They get together and they're like, let's do everything we can to get this channel shut down or demonetize them or whatever. And I've seen that many times before, not in the Tuber Chat family, but with other creators that I know outside of what we do here. And as ridiculous as that sound, I promise, it's just simple bullying and stuff like that. But that can be a reason. The other thing too, like I said, community guideline strikes are the biggest thing. One of the things we have to be careful of is YouTube is definitely not a free speech platform. You cannot just say whatever comes to mind and not have repercussions. So as unfortunate as that may be in a lot of people's eyes, like my own, that's the arena we plan to play in, right? So we have to play by their rules. If you allow others to say things that are frowned upon by the YouTube system or the government in the country where you operate, you run the risk of getting demonetized or having your videos and channel and things like that damaged or taken away. So it's just ideas more than anything else, but there's a lot of it that goes on. Community guideline strikes are the most common that I've seen, or copyright strikes for demonetization. And forgive me, I know that was a bit of a long speech. X1, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I also was just about to put a channel on the wheel. Carrie Leonard is here. We're going to talk about Woman Outdoors content in a quick second here. I just wanted to catch up with the chat. And So I don't want to get into any political discussion here in Tuber Chat, because this, obviously is not a platform for that, and it won't have any effect, I'm sure. Derpy Playground, good to see you here. And then, yeah, forgive me if I haven't really answered very well. Some of the things I say here tend to be very obvious, but anybody can reach out on the other social networks as well, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. I tend to frequent all of those. And then, oh, thank you very much, Wheaton Shaw. Yeah, I've been here, and Ashrar Army, good to see you in the house. I've been on YouTube for 6.5 years now. Lots and lots of friends, even outside of the Tuber Chat family, that stream, and I've done a lot of it myself. I've experimented with videos and things like that. I try to be transparent about what I have and have not done, but I've also been an enthusiast in social media from the beginning, from the days of CompuServe and AOL. I was always fascinated, and often will tell a lot of people, especially younger than us, that maybe you don't want to put all your personal details online, but it's far too late for me. I've been doing it my whole life, right? So all I do is try to bring my own experience to the table. I try to be clear about what I have not and have not accomplished, but then as well, we can discuss our ideas here together and our experience, so we can all make better decisions for our channels and our videos, myself included. And Derpy Playground, I didn't realize you hadn't been in a stream yet, but it's good to have you here for the first time, so thank you for that. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And Great Lakes Adventures, good to see you here. So we'll go on break right after this channel, but we're looking at dial-up kind of guy, yes, the Stock Explorer. When we're looking at Woman Outdoors, we see a creator, like I said, they come from the northeastern United States. The reason why I mention that every time I talk about this channel is because once you get there, you're going to notice that they're bringing us camping, they're bringing us outdoor adventures, including taking us to interesting places, cooking, now a lot of product reviews. And I'm always interested to see these things. I don't spend as much time outdoors as I would like to, but I'm always fascinated by a lot of our homesteading friends and channels like this. Now, Woman Outdoors, though, is able to bring us the sun, the wind, the rain, the extreme heat, the extreme cold, because they share a climate similar to my own, where we have summer, we have winter. Right now, we're in the middle of the beautiful fall colors, right before the trees lose their leaves and things like that. Woman Outdoors is able to bring us that aspect in her content, as well as what she's intending to present, which is the cooking, the camping, and the things we know and love from Woman Outdoors. This creator also has built up an incredible reputation as somebody who is an incredible supporter to a lot of others, including myself. I didn't realize I'd shared out this video, but I didn't watch it yet. Let me put that in my catch-up list as well. I got both of these ready to go. She's got some shorts on her channel as well, and these have started to move now into well over 2,000 views, one of them almost at 3,000. Live streams on the channel are frequent as well, and Women Outdoors is very often found in other people's channels, also in StreamYard panels, which is kind of cool, and it's a great way to expand your audience by collaborating with others, and I feel you're generously sharing content when you do join other people's channels. And then thank you, TCG fam. They're just dropping a super chat. I'm going to put their channel up. I'll do it right this second. We'll go on break after. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And again, if I've missed anything that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open. Hopefully catch it the next time around. Nita VR Designs is here if I didn't say hello already. And we're looking at TCG fam right away, because we always put super chatters on the screen right away. Members get added to the wheel when we see them in the chat, and then we'll add some names to the wheel from our chat list in a couple of hours after. And I've got a robot that will help me keep track of how active everybody is in the chat. So TCG fam is now over 6,000 subscribers. They often take us out. I've been with them many times in even live streams for mukbang style challenges and to different restaurants and things like that. And Tiffany, Chris, and Gabriella. And it's all about love, laughter, and great fun, they say on their channel. Hopefully you'll join them. And you see the variety in the videos that they have. They're always out adventuring. And like I said, they take us for a lot of meals, restaurants and things I've caught them with, a lot of live streaming. Shorts on the channel have just started, but one of them's already almost at 700 views. So hopefully that will continue as they post more and more. Lots of live streams on the channel. You see, it's been a while since I've caught them, but hopefully I'll catch you for another one soon. I got notification bells on for every channel, and of course they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Ashrar Army, it's going to be a long while before I add names from our chat list, but I will. I always do. It's probably going to be another hour and a half to 2 hours from now. But I always do it based on who's most engaged in conversation. The best success here in Tuber Chat comes from making the first move, reaching out to other creators, supporting them first, knowing they'll turn around and do the same thing for you afterwards. Lavaze, it's Amar, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. It's the Bankroll is here. I'm going to get them onto the wheel. And then again, if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up, I hope you will. They really do help. I'm going to clean up the wheel while we're gone. And thank you again, TCG fam, for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Let's spin the wheel and see who's coming up next. And then we'll go on our 3.5 minute break, and we'll come back and look at the next channel. So it looks like it's going to be Ron's Keto Cafe. So we'll see everybody again in 3.5 minutes. All right, we're back and looking at Ron's Keto Cafe. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. To Be Irish Live is in the house. And we're looking at Ron's Keto Cafe. Who just mentioned in the chat Halloween? Oh, KK's Travel and Education Vlogs. Yeah, hopefully everybody's getting some Halloween content ready to go. Jumping the gun on that. The earlier we get it out, the better, because you can ride the wave up as more and more people are searching for Halloween content. And yeah, thank you to Be Irish Live. It's good to have you here. We're not always able to stream on Mondays at this time, which is mid-afternoon for me in the Eastern time zone. So I was happy to be able to get this one done today. It's actually a holiday for us in Canada. We're celebrating Thanksgiving, but I spent the day with the family. Kristen cooked up a fantastic dinner like she always does, and we were able to spend time with family, which was great. So, every day is Halloween on Derpy's channel, yes. Coastal Water, I hope I said hello. I hope I haven't missed anybody. Precious Gems is on the wheel. It's D Bankroll's there. Carrie Leonard's there. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody. So, let's look at Ron's Keto Cafe. This is a creator that wants to help us with healthy eating, healthy living, particularly when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. There are tons of recipes on this channel, but Ron's Keto Cafe is going to give us some insight into his own life experience losing over 100 pounds on a keto-based diet and lifestyle. So he's well past 1,000 subscribers now. I'm hoping we can push him towards 1,100. Taking his latest gumbo video and I've put that in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Shorts have just started. We'll see if he's going to keep these going. He does a ton of live streaming. He's almost every day on a live stream. Hopefully everybody will join him there, and he'll give you an idea about his own keto journey on his About page and what he's doing on the channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. He's here with us almost every day. And then thank you, It's D Bankroll. Tend the sheep where you are, don't pass them by. Good to see you in the house. And then Ashrar Army, yeah, it's going to be a long time before I put any channels on the wheel from our chat list. Tasha Loves Life, good to see you here. And thank you, all that fluff and stuff. And thank you, everybody, for the conversation in the chat as well. So let's spin the wheel. I'm going to start moving a little bit faster now if I can through channels. We've been on almost an hour already. It's hard to believe. Time is flying, of course. It's D Bankroll. Look at that. You're coming up right now. They said they might just step away for a few minutes, but that's okay. We'll have a look at their channel. She's going to help us with our finances. And I'm really happy to have some channels like this in the Tuber Chat family. Stock Explorer, Lisa J Stocks, It's D Bankroll, Budgeting Just Because. We got a few of these now. And what these creators are going to do is help us with our finances. Between them, there is a lot of talk about investing, budgeting, saving, motivation, and inspiration when it comes to those subjects. Some of it is technical details, and some of it is more inspiration and motivation, like I'm saying. But I'm thankful to have them because 99% of us or more have monetization on our minds, right? And wouldn't it be a wonderful world if we could maximize the impact of the revenue that's going to come in from our YouTube channels and our businesses, if that makes sense. So cruising is fun anytime. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I haven't caught you guys for the morning show for a while, but I'm happy that I got you today. I was on Mustard Drill's channel. They do a live stream together, a few channels in the morning, talking about the cruising and travel industries with Eddie Lugo Studios. So I'm happy I got to catch one of those because it's been a while. So It's D Bankroll is working on 1,100 subscribers. They've got their 1,000 locked in. They're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. But get an idea just from even the thumbnails and the titles of their latest videos, what they're expecting to do. Some of these creators will even help us understand how to bring in other streams of income, whether it's affiliate programs here that can help our YouTube channels, or our YouTube channels can help, or whether it's taking on other jobs on platforms like Gigwalk and Fiverr and things like that. So My dear goodness, my 42,000 stock portfolio's dividend income. So they'll talk about dollar cost averaging, dividend investing, and how to grab some blue chip stocks, for instance, earning money with apps, which is great to see because that's becoming more and more common as well. We always have to be careful, but these creators will help us navigate that space. When we get into shorts videos, we see a lot of cash, which I'm sure is going to draw in some more views. Some of these shorts have already gotten into thousands with 5,400, 6,600 views. And then live streams are something that is about to start and might continue. They got a monetization celebration coming up on, is that Saturday? 12th, 13th, 14th is Saturday, yes. So we'll be looking forward to that. And that's ironic, actually. I don't know if I had that in my mind. I set this coming Saturday's Tuber Chat stream. We'll try to get on Wednesday as well, but Saturday we'll be on at 12, so we'll likely be able to raid right into that. So that's great. That just happened to work out. DT Hope 23 TV, thank you for the Super Chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then when we look at 2B Irish Live, we see that they dropped a super chat as well, so thank you for that. I'm going to put those channels up on the screen in another moment, starting with 2B Irish Live. We always put super chatters on the screen right away in order. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and after a long period of time I will add some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the live stream. I got a robot in the background that helps keep track of that. Nobody should be left behind. Good to see you. Pardon me. Nobody should be forgotten. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in for the first time. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Annabelle TV is always making me laugh in the chat. So pardon me, I just want to make sure I'm not missing too much. Thank you, Wayne's World Unlimited. I know it's later for you than it is for us. They get an early start to their day, much earlier than me. And thank you for the kind words to Be Irish Live. And then yeah, if I've missed anything in the chat that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I'm just trying to keep up with the chat here a little bit. I wasn't quite really expecting to be quite as busy as we are today, being holiday both for our American friends and those of us in Canada. Izzy, good to see you in the house. I've got you on the wheel. Savage Batman, good to have you here. And yes, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. I certainly don't mean to. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So 2B Irish Live, I can see I'm behind with you as well. But what I'm going to do is take your second latest video. This one's got a few more watch minutes than the other, but a 3-in-1 unboxing. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that kind of thing. Shorts on this channel, I've taken a real interest in shorts, especially over the last 6 months or so. I had not done a lot myself personally when they first started, and I've still only done about 50 or 60 of these things. Haven't put a ton of effort into them, but I'm always curious to see how creators are doing and seeing how that winning the lottery aspect of shorts is working out. It seems to have slowed down a bit, but it is a great way to get thousands of views right away and draw in some subscribers. 2B Irish Live has gotten over 2,000 views, even over 3,000 on a couple of these. And then live streams are frequent on the channel. They're doing these, we'll see if they're going to continue them. They were doing them up to a couple months ago. And they're working on 300 subscribers now, so hopefully we'll push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, to Be Irish Live. They've done that before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we put their channel on the screen right away. DT Hopes 23 TV is also on the screen now for the same reason. They dropped a super chat, and this is the first time we're looking at their channel. Thank you for... are you dropping another one? Oh, DT Hopes 23, thank you for that. Absolutely unnecessary, of course. Very much appreciated. But thank you for another super chat. Native Wildman, thanks for yours. Izzy, I'm going to put your channel up next. Native Wildman will be right after yours. We'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. And... yes, hopefully everybody sees those notifications coming up from Battissimo as well in the chat about the changing of the wheel. So we'll see if we're going to keep that up. Oh, thank you, Wayne's World Unlimited. Yeah, there can be glitches with those things at times. But Wayne's World Unlimited has done that repeatedly. So we'll put that channel up right after Native Wildman, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. And then after this live stream, KKs, if you happen to be asking me, forgive me if you're asking somebody else, there will be the Stock Explorer going live. They're here as a member and a moderator. We'll go and raid into their live stream. Pardon me just for a second here. DT Hope 23 TV. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your videos, and even though we talk about watching 3-minute videos here, I usually like to connect with something a little bit longer. So I'm going to take your 5-minute video here. I'm going to put that in my watch later list, and what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn your notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here 3, sometimes 4 times a week, but we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Izzy Pops, I'm just going to grab their channel now. I'm going to put their handle in the chat. The best thing we can do for each other while we're looking for channels is search, find, and click on each other, because the channels that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most. But if you just can't seem to get to Izzy because it's such a short and popular name, the handle is simply Izzy Pops. Your search results will look different than mine, but you can use the handle to get to them. X1, thank you very much. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. You know, I always keep everything open on Tuber Chat, so things like super chats and memberships, I know I keep saying it, but it is unnecessary. And very much appreciated, of course. We do give a small bonus by letting those creators go up on the screen right away. Members get added to the wheel when we see them in the chat, but I don't want to ever solicit that kind of thing, and I will always be appreciative no matter the level, if we want to call it that, of super chats and things like that, memberships and everything. But I will add some names to our wheel from our chat list later as well, in the spirit of keeping everything open to everybody. You do not have to super chat here. You do not have to be a member to get on the wheel and the screen. It just takes a very long time, and on an overwhelmingly busy day like today, we may not get to every channel. We've still got a long way to go. We've only been on an hour. We've still got 2 more hours we can stay if everybody would like. It's lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen, and I will add at least a couple of channels off of our wheel. We'll do as many as we can before we finish in 2 hours from now, and then we'll go over and see the Stock Explorer. They'll let us continue meeting more friends and family members the same way we are here. Black Guns and Gardens, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Izzy, let's have a look at the music videos that they're bringing to us. They're working on a new one now. I'm just going to grab your latest video. I don't know why I don't have a full red line on this last one. I'm going to put that back in my catch-up list and rerun it. But I'll be looking forward to seeing what you've got. That's yesterday's video. And then popular shorts get into 1,300 and 1,600 views. One of them at 12,000, and I think that one's still moving, actually. I could be mistaken. Live streams, they've done every few days, actually. Every couple of days, it looks like, several times a week. So hopefully I'll catch you for one. I got the notification bell on for every channel, of course, and I see that they're monetized with lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead, it's good to have you here. I've got you on the wheel now with Jesse Miller unboxings and more. Thank you one more time, Izzy and Native Wildman, for your super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We're looking at those channels right away for that reason. We're going to get to X1 and Wayne's World Unlimited in another moment for the same reason. We always give them a bit of a bonus and let them go up on the screen right away, but we'll get back to spinning soon, and I'll add some names to the wheel as soon as I can from our chat list. So when we look at Native Wildman, we see a channel I'm still getting to know. They've just been up on the screen a few times now. We'll go over to their shorts and see how these are doing, because they got them front and center on that channel. We see that some of these have gotten over 2,000 views now, one over 2,500, and a breakout shorts over 5,800 views, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel seem to be from a few months ago. We'll see if they're going to keep these back up, but we've always got notification bells on for every channel in the spirit of catching as much content as we can. I'm also going to take their latest video and put that in my catch-up list. That's just a playlist I used to keep caught up with creators, and I'll be looking forward to learning more about the channel. They're working on 800 subscribers. Thank you, Precious Gems, and thank you, everybody, for the kind words in the chat as well. I know I miss a lot. I try to catch up where I can. Wayne's World Unlimited is up right now as well from the UK. They dropped a super chat. They've done that many times before. Thank you again, and X1 will be up next for the same reason. Wayne's World Unlimited usually takes us outdoors. They've got some shorts on their channel, and lots of creators are bringing us variety in their shorts, even if they have a niche or a category. Wayne's World Unlimited is really a variety channel, even though most often he's taking us outdoors for a sporting event or a look around or a story to be told. The shorts here, though, have really done well. Many over 5,000 views, one over 7,500, and one breakout shorts with an Xbox Series S over 240,000 views, which is great. So hopefully everybody will connect with him, see what more he's got on the channel. One of the things that Wayne's World Unlimited does, that's we've got a few creators that bring outtakes and bloopers, but this creator does it frequently. They bring us a special video, usually to accompany one of their long form videos, to bring us some of their outtakes, which is really cool. And you can see what I mean in the variety here, where they're taking us outdoors for lots of adventures and stories to be told. So hopefully everybody will connect with Wayne's World Unlimited. They're closing in on their 500 subscribers, and we know they must be excited about that now that YouTube's given us the opportunity to get into the partner program with 500 as opposed to the 1,000 restriction that was there before. And pardon me while I try to get the X1 here. X1 dropped a super chat as well as Wayne's World Unlimited, so thank you for those. And then I'm going to do another handle drop here for X1. Their channel's name is incredibly short, and they can be difficult to find. One of the things we keep in mind here in Superchat is the channels that are hardest to find are the ones who need our help the most, because the more we search, find, and click on their names, the faster they'll rise up the search results, and YouTube will eventually do a better job of predicting when we're looking for those channels through search. So if you need to find X1 and you can't get to them by matching the avatar there, the handle is another great way to find people. And then I noticed we got some more activity in the chat as well. Abandoned Exploring Mike is dropping a super chat, and Black Guns and Gardens is doing that. They've both done that before. We'll put their channels up onto the screen in a moment, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel soon. Now, X1, let's see what they've got going on their channel. She Stole My Thunder is in the house as well. It's good to see you here. And again, if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. She Stole My Thunder, I've got on the wheel now. And yeah, it's cool. X1, it'll be cool. So the longest we've seen so far is the channel Emotion, who's a member and a moderator that I can think of off the top of my head, that is still struggling with the search results after 3,000 or 4,000 subscribers. Most creators become #1 for their name after about 800 subscribers, if you have a popular name, right? The more unique your name is, the easier it will be for people to find, but they have to remember your name, right? Whereas X1 is very easy to remember, but hard to find, right? So we have to find some kind of a cross in between, but I promise you, when the day comes that you have, you know, like 8,000 subscribers, none of this is going to matter anymore. The idea here, while we're supporting each other, is to do as much as we can for each other, just to try to push things a little bit faster. And that's the idea more than anything else, if that makes sense. So X1 is up on the screen right now. Again, it's X1-X1. Xena the Sassy Crafter is a longtime friend. Good to see you in the house. The Adventures of Kenny and Debbie, good to have you here. And Xena the Sassy Crafter, it's been a while since I've been over to your channel, but I'm still looking for that Ain't Nobody cover from Shaka Khan. Olivia Husky's still in the house, and our Georgia Suburban Homestead, I find that difficult to subscribe to as an idea, just because we've been doing this for years and years and years. So if somebody naturally, and let's not use the word organic just for this sentence, right? But if somebody naturally went to X1's channel here and grabbed a bunch of videos and watched one, or playlists, you know, YouTube encourages us to make playlists on our channels. So if somebody went to your channel, especially those of us who have variety on our channels, almost everybody can make playlists and chop their channel into things that people could binge watch, very much like a TV show. I can't believe that YouTube would not allow the watch hours on that. And especially because both myself and our moderators have all been doing this for over 3 years, with almost no exception, because I think Rambling with the Brooms he's been a moderator here for the shortest amount of time, but I believe he's been on YouTube for a few years now. So that's just an idea. We do this over and over and over. We've done it again and again and again. And I know that there are glitches going on right now. The more I hear from creators, the more I'll be able to make better predictions as to what I think is going on, just based on my own experience. But I'll tell you something else, and forgive the long speeches, but this is something I should mention again. So lately, and I mean within the last week or so, a few creators have reached out to me, letting me know that there's some weird activity going on YouTube, losing views, losing hours. We all know that they play games with our numbers all the time. The other thing you're going to notice, though, and I have to think that it's connected, is that over the last week or two, you've probably noticed more channels coming to your own videos, premieres, and live streams that have not been there for a while. So like maybe you had some friends you haven't seen in a few months, and now they're back again, because the YouTube algorithm changes every few months. This has been going on for years. They usually seem to be between 4 and 6 months, and what happens is they mix up the channels you're getting notifications for. So what am I talking about? I don't know how much this makes sense, but with Superchat, for instance, we're on the road to 5,000. So thank you, everybody. We're probably going to have it in the next few weeks, right? But you can imagine I subscribe to every single channel that has ever come through Tuber Chat and stayed for any period of time, right? If your channel's been on the screen, I've subscribed to you. That's thousands of channels. And forgive me, X1, we're going to come back to your channel in a second. So I'm going to hit my subscription tab right now. And then we're going to look at who's all live right this second. And there's a lot, right? Lots and lots of channels are live. But how is it possible if I follow over 4,000 channels that I've only got 16 that are live or dropping premieres right now? 16 out of 4,000? That's impossible, right? So what YouTube does is it mixes up the different channels that we see or get notifications from, and this has been going on for years. Some of you have heard me talk about this before. So that's a part of it. The other thing too is that because there are countries in the world similar to the upper United States or northern United States and Canada where the climate changes, the kids have been back in school for over a month now. The weather's starting to get a little bit cooler, and a lot of the summer activities that have people on vacations and taking off in areas with climates like this, people are back into different routines. More people are spending more time indoors, which means YouTube is going to get busier and busier and busier for the next 3 months. It's already started. This happens every year, and I'm not saying I'm right. This is just what I personally have observed. And you can agree or disagree with some of the ideas based on what you see on your own channel. But again, I like to learn from creators of all sizes every single day. So the more I hear from everybody, the better ideas I can give back here while we're in YouTube as to what might be going on. So what I usually find is that trolling gets heavier and everybody seems to be busier. Some of my friends who do live streams that have 100 people watching at a time now have 200 people watching. And there's no other explanation for it. Why in August and July did they have 100 people watching and now in October they have 200? How is that possible, right? So these are just ideas. And pardon me because I'm missing all in the chat while I'm talking about this stuff. Forgive me because I know my sentences get run on and I'm trying to rush through it, but these are ideas. But I have a hard time believing that YouTube's not going to count watch hours. There are glitches that happen. Sometimes we get watch hours taken away. Sometimes they come back. The other thing we have to remember, the number one reason why people would lose watch hours is because it's not exactly a year that's required for monetization. It's 365 days exactly. So if you've been on YouTube for more than a year, anything you've put on, whether it's a short, a video, or a live stream, is going to lose whatever watch hours were associated with it that are eligible for monetization starting 366 days ago, if that makes sense. So for creators who've been on longer than a year, you lose watch hours every single day. The idea, of course, is that for 99% of channels or more, you're making more watch hours or bringing in more watch hours today than you were 365 days ago. That's just an idea. X1, the idea of a banner, we always want to make them as appealing as possible. But spending too much time refreshing banners and things like that might not have the effect we think that it does. That's just opinion. That's 100% opinion. Not saying I'm right there either. We got some creators here that change their banners every couple of months. Scratch and Pete PA uses his banner to update information about his channel and his video series every single week. So there can be marketing ideas or promotion ideas mixed into that as well. Scratch and Pete PA updates his banner every week. He doesn't change the look as much as the content, if that makes sense. You'll see it when you get to his channel. But he does let us know information. Over time, when you do things like that, people will get trained in their mind, that your audience will become conditioned to know that they can get information from your banner, which will be updated every week. So it can be a good idea. If we're just updating our banner because we just want to change it, we don't like the blue anymore, we want to make it green, you can. And some people will notice, and it can give people the idea that it's been refreshed. But I believe that people look at our front page of our YouTube channel less than we think they do. And I'm not saying I'm right again, but this is an idea. When you think about how many channels you look at, when we're here in Superchat, we're looking at everybody's front page. But when you're out just watching videos or responding to notifications, chances are you're rarely looking at anybody's front page. Again, I could be wrong, just saying that it's an idea. But the idea over a long period of time is that we're gaining more watch hours than we're losing. That goes for almost everybody. And it's easier now than ever before to get monetized. I know it doesn't feel like it to anybody who's only been on YouTube for 6 months or maybe even a year, but I promise you things were much more difficult 6 years ago, and it gets easier every couple of years when YouTube adds these new changes, right? If that makes sense. This is an idea. Again, forgive me if I've missed anything in the chat. I know I've missed a lot. If anybody mentioned anything that you really want me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up. I'll keep my eyes on the chat right now. Oh, and then X1. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, everybody's got to do what they got to do, right? So if you've got a collaboration going on with the channel, that's fine also. Let's just look at what they've got going on here, by the way. So they got some videos. I seem to be caught up from a few days ago. Shorts on the channel have gotten into well over 2,000 views here, but one over 5,100 and one over 8,800 views from Fortnite, which is great to see. And I have heard and seen here in Superchat that some of the gaming shorts seem to do really well. Whether it translates into activity on long-form videos, you'll have to tell me better than I would know myself, just because I don't do a lot of gaming content, but I have seen and heard that as well. And that's possible, crocheting around New Zealand. It's a good point. Yes, as people find new channels, they tend not to see the old channels for a while. That is, you know, as in life, right? I'm sure for everybody here in the chat, your in real life friends have changed over your lifetime. Some of the people you hung around with during your high school days, you're not hanging around anymore. You may have them on Facebook or Instagram. You may talk once in a while, but it's not like it was, right? That's true on YouTube as well. Our friendships change. People come and go. There's lots of people you can still be friends with, but you just see each other a little bit less. And I've talked about that many times before. Some of the people you see every day when you first start in your YouTube journey, you'll start to see, you know, once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, and it gets farther and farther. And you see that here in Superchat. When people come by, they'll say, hey, it's been a while. We have friends now that have been with us over 3 years, and myself personally, I've been on for a couple years before that as well. So that's an idea. And there you go. Yes, Canadian family life is just reinforcing the idea. As the weather changes, more people might be watching YouTube. Of course, not everybody in the world shares climates like those in Canada, the UK, the northeastern United States. In the southern hemisphere, we have creators that are running opposite, right? Like, so Australia is entering the summer shortly from now. And we have to keep that in mind as well. But the abundant amount, for those of us who have USA as, let's say, our number one channel in our analytics for number of supporters or how much watch time or how many views are coming in, that's something to keep in mind. The northern United States, especially, more people will be online. But some of that comes down to marketing. Again, you know, it's almost impossible to be able to prove a lot of different things. So again, I can't say that I, know for sure that I'm right. These are ideas that I've had since we've started this. The changes that I see every autumn, the changes that I see every spring, right? And 10 the sheep where you are, don't pass them by. Thank you for the super chat. They're dropping that on behalf, or for the purpose of getting Trouble Von Cuddlepuss and Spiky Bruiser some kitty treats. So we'll make sure that that gets passed along for them. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Yeah, the Stock Explorer, even at my age, once in a while, you got to just see what's going on there. But I expect to clean up this week. Yeah, I usually don't do that. I haven't let things go this long. This is about 3 weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks. But I'll get back to the way it was shortly. Garden State Gardener, thanks for coming in. Thanks for dropping a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. He's done that countless times. We'll put his channel up. We've got a small list here. Abandoned Exploring Mike, Black Guns and Gardens, Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By, and Garden State Gardener are all going to come up soon. Xena the Sassy Crafter, thank you for that. I will get a cup of coffee, as a matter of fact. And I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Some of you, Xena the Sassy Crafter is here occasionally, but she's a longtime friend, and I've been on her channel several times and caught her with other friends. She's part of a good community of supporters. But she also sings. And I'm always happy and interested to know different things about creators. When, you know, we run into each other through our YouTube channels, we start to learn different aspects of each other's lives. But as you hang out with somebody more and more, you get to know other things. So that's just an interesting fact there. But thank you for that. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. But let's go on a break for 3.5 minutes, and then we're going to come back with Abandoned Exploring Mike. For anybody that hasn't already given a thumbs up, I hope you will right now. Alright, we're back and looking at Abandoned Exploring Mike. I got a bit of a list to go through here of channels that drop super chats, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Another one is happening right now with M&T Living and Cooking, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, and of course the kind words. So I'll get them on the list. We're going to look at Black Guns and Gardens right after this channel, and then Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By, followed by Garden State Gardener, Zena the Sassy Crafter, and then M&T Living and Cooking. We'll get back to spinning the wheel soon. Pardon me, one of the things that you might notice, I know it's tough to see the names on the wheel right now because it's quite full, but I've added a section to the wheel, and one of our robots has been dropping messages about this. It says clear the wheel. We never know when that's going to come up. It won't be until I spin, but at some point we expect it to come up, and then I will cut the names off of the wheel that are already on there, and I'll reload the clear wheel with whoever's in the chat at the time. And pardon me, because I'm hearing the feedback myself now. I don't know how on earth that's possible, but that's okay. Trish the Natural, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Tropical Buzz is here. That's the second channel from the Stock Explorer. They are in Florida and going to educate us about plant life. What? How on earth could my mic be feeding back the way it is? Pardon me, it's distracting. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming in. GJ Journeys, good to see you here. Reload the backlashes, yes. Coastal Waters on there. So after a little while, I will we'll spin the wheel again, and then we'll get to that. So Abandoned Exploring Mike is up on the screen right now. And pardon me, I'm just I'm trying to figure out where the noise is coming from. Abandoned Exploring Mike has over 1,500 subscribers. They're actually halfway to 1,600 right now, and I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Yes, and then Wazhel, good to see you in the house, by the way. And then when we look at the channel, we see that they've got a brand new video. So I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. I use playlists to keep caught up with creators and kind of organize how I'm going to watch or run long streams of content, if we want to put it that way. This is how I'm able to get through hundreds of videos per week, is by using playlists. Often what I'll do is rearrange them based on which videos are the shortest in length. So 1 minute videos, 2 minute videos, 3 minute videos, and longer. So when I have an hour to sit and watch videos, I'll watch as many as I can in a row and then just let a playlist run afterwards, right? So if anybody in the house would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. When we look at Abandoned Exploring Mike, we see a creator that is going to take us into some abandoned locations, a lot of tight and dark spaces, to be honest with you, much more than I'd be willing to climb into. They go that far for the content, but this creator's gotten into 2,300, 2,800 views on their shorts, including 5,100 on one of these, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel include even StreamYard panels. I wish I caught that one yesterday. It looks like it was a lot of fun, actually. And they've been doing these frequently lately, at least once a week. So hopefully I'll catch you for one of those. I've got the notification bell on for every channel, of course. And thank you, Abandoned Exploring Mike, for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that countless times, as has Black Guns and Gardens. We'll have a look at what this creator's bringing us in the line of garden updates and self-sufficiency and prepping type content on their channel. When we get into shorts over here, we see that these have gotten into well over 1,000 views now. Lots of product reviews here. 1,200, 1,300 views on a couple of these videos as well. They've been posting at least once every couple of weeks So I'm just going to take the latest one and put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them as well. When we get into Black Guns and Gardens, we see that they come to us from the Homesteading community of channels, and they've been with us a while now. About 2 years ago, we had an influx of channels start coming through from the homesteading, farming, ranching, and gardening categories of videos and channels, if that makes sense. And we find a lot of similarities with these creators wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other. So I've seen Black Guns and Gardens out supporting others countless times. 1,600 subscribers now. We'd love to push them towards the 1,700 we know they're going to be thinking about. Thank you again for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Next up, for the same reason as Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By. This is another longtime friend who's done the same thing. We're going to make sure that Trouble Von Cuddlepuss and Spiky Bruiser get some cat treats for that reason, so thank you for that. Hopefully in the chat I haven't missed anybody. I see Coffee Walks and Whatever is here. And Crocheting Around New Zealand, my pleasure. I try to get to everybody if I can. And then Be Amazing Sylvia, good to see you here. Let me get you onto the wheel. They happen to be a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. We'll start spinning again shortly. And then Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By is an interesting channel. They're going to inspire us in a spiritual way more often than anything else. They've got some shorts here. One of them's popped over 1,200 views, which is great to see. Live streams are frequent on the channel. So it's been a month, but this creator tends to stream frequently when they're going on a run for streaming, if that makes sense. I've joined them on their channel, as a matter of fact. Now, they reset and restarted a while back, but this is a longtime friend. And they now already have 135 subscribers on the new channel. So Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By. I hope everybody will connect with. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos and put this into my catch-up list as well so I can keep caught up with them. One of the things about Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By is they always engage conversation here in the chat, for which I'm grateful. Whenever you engage true conversation on anybody's channel for premieres and live streams, you're sending true engagement signals into the YouTube algorithm, and that can help them get their content pushed out, right? Pardon me, Garden State Gardener's up right now. This is Joe. He is known as a creator who probably does more shout-out videos for everybody else than anybody that I've seen in the last 6.5 years on YouTube. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Garden State Gardener, thank you for the super chat. He's done that countless times. He's done a handful of shout out videos for Tuber Chat, as a matter of fact. There's Joe right there. You recognize him. You've seen him on other channels as well. Look at the wheel he's got here. He uses a similar wheel to what we use here. I think it's the same one from Wheel of Names, but he does giveaways in his Sunday Fun Day series of live streams, and it's not uncommon to find over 70, maybe even as many as 100 people watching at times. I've been a guest on his channel, actually with the Stock Explorer, and it's funny that I mentioned Rambling with the Brooms not too long ago, because there he is on the channel. I'm always happy to see these collaborations between everybody, and Garden State Gardener streams frequently, at least once a week on Sundays, right? And then as well, videos are frequent on the channel. You have to register for the giveaways, but he always puts out a registration video. Joe's always smiling and laughing. He's a very much loved creator. There's the Stock Explorer with a shout out video from Garden State Gardener as well. And like I said, he's probably done more shout outs than anybody I've seen in my 6.5 years on YouTube. 2,700, even 3,800 views on some of the shorts, which is great to see, and that will likely continue. And this channel's growing rapidly, of course. He's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then, so this wheel, our Georgia Suburban Homestead, is from wheelofnames.com. I'm just going to put that into the chat here. And it's a free wheel. I'll never remember where I saw it the first time, but we see lots of creators using this on StreamYard giveaways and for different reasons in their channels. So thank you again, Garden State Gardener and Tend the Sheep Where You Are and Black Guns and Gardens for those super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. There's Zena the Sassy Crafter. She dropped a super chat as well before we went on break there, and I appreciate that as well. She's been a long-time friend. I've seen her both on her channel and out supporting others. And let's read her about page for a quick second. She's a mom, a pro singer who likes to create one-of-a-kind junk journals. I learned about junk journals and what they are from Zena the Sassy Crafter and some of her friends, actually. I'm just going to grab one of her latest videos. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with her. She posts videos occasionally, but she live streams frequently as well. She's got some shorts videos here that have gotten now into 1,500 and 1,600 views and beyond. And then, like I said, live streams are frequent. Yesterday she was on. The other day she had a StreamYard panel. Lots of these creators are working on their junk journals together. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. Zena the Sassy Crafter has been a long-time friend. Past Life Explorer, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I saw another, did I see you hit, what was it, to 6,300 subscribers or 3,600 subscribers? Or so, I saw a post that flew by really quickly while I was skimming through Facebook and Instagram earlier today. Past Life Explorer is a longtime friend. One of the first creators to come through the TuberChat family 3 years ago to start an influx of paranormal and abandoned location exploration channels coming through. A lot of these are still friends of ours today. And thank you, Chris and Larry Homestead, for another super chat. I really do appreciate that. We have Zena the Sassy Crafter on the screen for that reason. We always put super chatters on the screen right away. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. So thank you again, Zena the Sassy Crafter and M&T Living and Cooking. We're going to look at their channel right now, and then Chris and Larry Homestead will come up in a moment, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. And I'm always happy to see creators active on the outside social networks as well. You'll hear me tell a few stories as channels come up, like Scratch and PPA, for instance, how you can bring activity into your YouTube channel and videos, traffic for that matter, through the other social networks, right? So they can be great. Holly's Adventures, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. M&T Living and Cooking is up on the screen right now. These creators are very well known as great supporters. I run into them constantly when I'm supporting other creators. And they... Oh, yeah, Be Amazing Sylvia. Did I miss that? Oh, I must have missed it. Forgive me. Be Amazing Sylvia dropped a super chat as well. Thank you for letting me know. If I missed anything, especially like members, super chatters, things like that, just please give me a nudge. I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody else, and Scratch and PPA probably catches 99.9% of them, maybe 100. But I do appreciate it because I'd rather make the mistake of doing something twice than not doing it. But we want to make sure we reward those things, right? And you'll notice every time a super chat happens, Bautissimo comes in and drops a link for that channel as well, so that's a small bonus there. Now, M&T Living and Cooking is one of two creators, including Canadian Family Life. They're the first two creators that we know of in the TuberChat family to be monetized under the new restrictions of 500 subscribers, which is really cool. Now, M&T Living and Cooking are always out there supporting others. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos, their dryer. I hope you got that working. They bring variety on their channel. Lots of cooking videos in the midst of some of the other variety. So you will find some delicious looking stuff here. They happen to be RC car enthusiasts as well. Lots of variety. We'll look at even more variety in the shorts. When we look at these, we see that they've gotten well over 5,000 views on some of them. One over 20,000 in a breakout shorts, which is great to see. Live streams are frequent as well. They did one yesterday. They're doing these every few days, so hopefully everybody will join them. We get a chance to get to know them when they do, and they're closing in on 1,500 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. So thank you again, M&T Living and Cooking, for your super chat. I really do appreciate that. They've done that countless times before. Be Amazing Sylvia's done the same thing. We've got her channel up right now. Chris and Larry Homestead will be next, and we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly as well. So thank you, everybody. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know our Canadian friends are celebrating Thanksgiving today. I was with my family yesterday. We had our big dinner and everything else. So that's my favorite thing to do. And I was able to enjoy it. That's why we're on today. Purple Crochet and More with Drini. Good to see you here. Now, Be Amazing Sylvia has been a friend of over 3 years as well. She's one of the original 7 members of the Drop the Link Day crew. Some of you remember that as a group of creators who do live streams for the purpose of letting us grow in the same way that we do here in Superchat. And a lot of these creators to this day continue to do streams, including Be Amazing Sylvia, for that purpose, if that makes sense. Rambling with the Brooms is here as a member and a moderator, another fellow Canadian. I'm just putting them on the wheel right now. Janine's World, good to have you here. When we look at Be Amazing Sylvia's channel, she brings pure variety. So this creator is motivating, inspiring, somebody who is knowledgeable in the ways of YouTube, watch hours, playlists, things like that. But her videos can include pardon me, basically any type of variety that's out there. They could be a chance to get to know her. There could be stories to be told. There could be unboxing videos and outdoor adventures and things like that as well. Shorts videos on this channel have really exploded. She has hooked into a formula a while ago that's seen her get as much as 249,000 views, 590,000 and even 749,000 views on some of these shorts videos. And there's lots more variety in there as well. Live streams include these ones where they connect together the same in a similar way to what we do here. Now, there's not necessarily a right or wrong way to connect. Here in Superchat, we do things a certain way because we've been doing them from the beginning and barely ever changed the formula at all. But Be Amazing Sylvia will help you meet more friends and family members when you're on her channel and those of her friends as well. You can see her channel's on a rapid growth spurt now at almost 12,000 subscribers, and she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She dropped a super chat, so we've got her up right away, and she's got a second channel for us to look at as well called Sylvia's Daily Positivity. It's been a while since she's posted here, but she brings more motivation and inspiration. Content here was begun with her daughter, so there's a lot of that, a chance to get to know Sylvia and her family, and then as well shorts videos on this channel have started to move into the thousands of views as well. So thank you for another super chat. She's done that countless times. So have Chris and Larry Homestead. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. We always put super chatters on the screen right away. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and I'll add some names to our wheel from our chat list in a little while, probably an hour from now. And yeah, your shorts are just killing it, Be Amazing Sylvia. It's wonderful to see that. Rambling with the Brooms just gifted a membership. Holly's Adventures will be happy to have that. She's been a member many times before. Rambling with the Brooms is a member and moderator here, but we always treat those gifted memberships now the same way we treat Super Chat. So we'll put his channel up next. We'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. And Chris and Larry Homestead is a channel that we saw, I believe it was right before they crossed over 10,000 subscribers. But obviously, this is a channel that's doing very well. They're continuing to grow. They're working on 16,000 now. This is a very busy channel. It's a very busy family of creators. They come to us from the homesteading community of channels. They do a lot of different things here, including producing merchandise as well. And that was something that took me a while to pick up on, but this is why I like going through channels. You know, the more I put channels on the screen here in Superchat, the more I get to know them over time. By hanging out in videos and premieres, I get to know the content on the channels. And if you want to connect on the outside social networks, then I always enjoy getting to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. Chris and Larry Homestead has got quite a few new videos. It's been a while since I've been over there, but they've been posting frequently again. I see that. Several videos in the last few days. This was a perfect video to put out. I hope you get some activity on this. The thing about Thanksgiving is, at least in the United States and Canada, we have different holidays. So our Canadian friends are celebrating Thanksgiving right now, where our United States friends are going to be celebrating in a month and a half. So if you made Thanksgiving type videos or things about pumpkin pie, things about cooking turkey and things like this before the Canadian Thanksgiving, you might get a small influx of traffic, but now you've got a month and a half to ride the wave up as well. So I hope that video does what I think it might for you, freeze drying a pumpkin pie. Butterscotch pudding as well, interesting. And then they're monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Shorts on this channel have moved now into well over 5,000 views, almost 6,000, and one over 8,100, which is great to see. Lots of variety here, lots of outdoor content, and the live streams will bring some of that as well. They got a stream coming up next week. Hopefully I'll catch you for that. It's been a while since I've caught a stream, but I've got notification bells on for every channel like we always do. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And then let's look at Rambling with the Brooms. I see Team Goodman is in the house. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. They're longtime friends as well. And they're very well known for promoting channels and helping others connect. Rambling with the Brooms is a fellow Canadian. This is Scott that you see here. He is closer to our nation's capital, so about 4 or 6 hours away from me, closer to Ottawa. Happens to be a city councilor, as a matter of fact, and he brings us a homesteading type channel. I often group a lot of different categories together when I say homesteading, including farming, ranching, gardening, even fishing, camping, hiking, and other outdoor type channels. Even though homesteading traditionally brings a lot of indoor content as well, there's a lot of self-sufficiency, a lot of prepping, a lot of cooking, canning, and other types of holding your household together type content, right? Rambling with the Brooms brings us all of these and more. Almost 1,800 subscribers. He's literally just crossed into 17.5 now, 1,750 or so. I'm just going to grab his latest video. I know this one's quite short, but I'll put it in my catch-up list, see what he's up to here. This creator makes himself a part of the YouTube community by hopping out to a lot of other meetups and things to collaborate with other creators. You see him with a lot of other familiar faces. He's been with Jesse, the mod father from Lazy Days Ahead, many times before as well. He will bring us both indoors and outdoors, and again, through the sun, the wind, the rain, and some of that famous Canadian winter weather that we see in his shorts. He might be even in the sugar shack making some famous Canadian maple syrup soon enough. 7,700 views on one of these breakout shorts, and several getting into the thousands and potentially farther now. He does a couple of series of live streams, typically Procrastination Thursdays and Shenanigan Fridays. He will introduce us to other creators with StreamYard panels, and the conversation can go just about anywhere once he's started. One of the projects that he's working on right now is a cruise to Alaska, and you'll find information both on his channel and with Jesse from Lazy Days Ahead. They're planning a cruise with up to, hopefully, 100 creators and supporters. That's going to leave from Seattle, head to Alaska for a week in the summer, August specifically of 2025. So you can get information about that as well. But Scott's always up to something, collaborating with other creators, and has been a beloved and dedicated moderator, and happens to be a member here in Superchat as well. Hopefully everybody will connect with him, and thank you again, Rambling with the Brooms, for gifting that membership. He's done that kind of thing before, and I'm absolutely grateful, of course, for the extra generous support. What we're going to do right now is go on break for 3.5 minutes. Let me spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. And I see that Don Yarndall is in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel. Broken Hearts Ministry will be added as well. I'll try to catch up with the chat, and we'll look at the bud files when we get back. Alright, we're back and about to look at the bud files. I think I might have figured out what the high-pitched noise is that we were talking about earlier. I've got one of those little refrigerators that's right beside the desk when I'm at home. So that's probably it, because when the room was silent for a second there, I can hear the thing. So I bet that's what it is. At my other location, when I'm at my workplace, I'm right beside the heating and air conditioning stuff. So that often kicks on and causes people to wonder what on earth is making noise. Scraptastic, pardon me, Scraptastic, Rocher, good to see you in the house. I stepped away for a second there. John H. Shelton, good to have you here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Holly's Adventures, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we'll put your channel up on the screen next. We'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. And we'll get some names onto our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation at some point, hopefully sooner than later. So the bud files is up here right now. These creators have really expanded their content over a long period of time. They had started out with the intention of being modern day archaeologists and necrotourists, and they uncover history and digitally preserve it by taking us different places like ghost towns, graveyards, cemeteries, and other abandoned locations. There's a lot more variety on the channel these days because they've been with us for a long time, so we've been able to see the expansion in content. Sometimes they're talking about video games, sometimes they're taking us outdoors. When we get into their live streams, we find that sometimes they're even indoors, giving us a chance to sing or dance or play a game with them and get to know them better that way as well. Shorts on the channel show a great example of the variety here when we get to the bud files, getting into over 3,400 views, one over 5,000, and one breakout shorts over 15,000, which is great to see as well. Now the bud files seem to be everywhere all the time, so when I'm out bouncing in between premieres and live streams, I run into them constantly, and they're very much known as one of the creators I described when I say they seem to be everywhere all the time. And then Tales Told in the Dark, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. John H. Shelton is getting close to 3,000 watch hours. And let's spin the wheel. Rambling with the Brooms might be, he says he's down east, so he might be in the middle of something. I know he was in the chat. He gifted a membership earlier. He might be either on a phone or not be able to be beside a computer, not quite able to respond to everybody as much as always. But he's a beloved and dedicated moderator here, so I hope everybody will connect with him if you haven't already. Pardon me, the bud files. Annabelle TV's coming up next. I just spun the wheel. Holly's Adventures is coming up. They just dropped a super chat. They've done that countless times. And we always put super chatters on the screen as soon as we see them. As soon as they happen. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And I haven't talked about playlists in a while. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Holly's Adventures, more often than anything else, is bringing us video gameplay. They've got some new videos from just the last couple of weeks. I'm going to put one in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 3,300, 4,100, even 4,600 views and beyond. Lots of variety here. And then live streams feature a lot more video gameplay. But this creator will bring us a variety in content when they can. They've been out on a cruise. They brought us some of that. They take us around their area as well. And I see that they're playing a lot of very popular video games here. I haven't seen this Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. I got to see that game because I'm a Mario fan as well. Final Fantasy, Fortnite, Stardew Valley, like we saw before, and other famous games here. And this creator now is over 500 subscribers, so I know they have to be excited about that. And YouTube's got that new restriction, right, which lets people into the partner program at 500 subscribers. So, like I said earlier, it's getting easier as time goes on. Not easy, but easier than it was years ago to get into the partner program and to get monetized, if that makes sense. Annabelle TV has updated their banner for Halloween. I'm not sure if I mentioned that the other day. I feel like I've seen it. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. Food, product reviews, challenges, unboxings, live streams, garden updates, and more from Annabelle TV. She's been posting videos almost every day. I'm just going to take the latest one, another unboxing video, put that into my catch-up list, and playlist can be a great tool for that. I talk about it all the time. Shorts on this channel have gotten now into over 1,000 views, which is great. As she posts more and more, they'll likely continue to grow. This creator brings fun everywhere that she goes. A little bit of comedy usually comes along with that. You'll find that in both the live streams and the unboxing videos and challenges. Some of those are collaborations with other creators as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up. Holly's Adventures is working on watch hours as well. The Stock Explorer will be going live right after Tuber Chat, so they'll probably start about an hour from now. I'm not sure if we're going to end up overtime. It depends on when our Clear the Wheel section comes up today, and what happens when that occurs is I'll wipe out the wheel from every name that's on there, and I'll reload with whoever's with us at the time. Members first, of course, and then we'll see what happens with that. Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More from the UK is here as a member and a moderator. I've got them on the wheel now as well, and Together We Travel. Good to see you here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And Via Speaks Royally is up on the screen right now with over 5,000 subscribers. This creator brings a bit of variety on their channel. Their shorts bring the biggest example of variety when we dig through these. But some of these have done really well, getting into almost 5,000 views, one over 7,200. Videos on the channel feature a little bit of variety with a lot of their main subject now, which is the royal family. And we know there's a lot going on with the royal family all the time. That's always true. But this creator has been following the royal family and leading conversation surrounding the different happenings in the royal family for a very long time. I talk about engaged conversation here, and when you get to VS Speaks Royalty's channel, you're going to find some very vibrant engaged conversation, and VS Speaks Royalty does a great job of leading that conversation by staying well versed and up to date on our subject. Now, this channel is monetized, of course, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. It's been a while since I've caught them for a live stream. It's been a month, but you can see how often they're streaming. It looks like it's almost daily, and they've got 3 of them coming up. I've got their notifications on for the next few live streams. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. We'd love to push them towards the 5,200 subscribers they're thinking about. Canadian Family Life's working on dinner. Is that Thanksgiving dinner? I'm just curious because our Canadian friends are celebrating Thanksgiving today, if they haven't already. Some people do like their dinner and everything on Sunday. My family did this year. But Monday is officially our Thanksgiving, and then our American friends, of course, have Columbus Day today. Carrie Leonard is working on 90 subscribers right now. They're at 87. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that first 100. We know that the road to the first 100 is more challenging than ever before, but as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, we see channels growing, hitting different milestones like the first 100 and far beyond all the time. And Carrie Leonard is bringing us both videos and shorts and live streams. She's been streaming frequently, actually, at least once a week. Hopefully I'll catch one of these. I don't think I've caught one yet. And then shorts on the channel have started to move. One of these at 2,400 views, which is great to see. And as they post more and more, those will likely continue to grow. I know that's true about just about everything, but shorts are a great example. And Mike and Rihanna's Adventures is working on their turkey right now. Most of us know that can take hours. I'm not sure what other countries might celebrate Thanksgiving in the world, but here in Canada, Thanksgiving's today. In the United States, of course, a month and a half from now as well. Yeah, that's interesting, Canadian family life. We did do a bit of a smaller idea based on turkey yesterday, but Kristen cooked a ham yesterday. And the idea of mixing things up can be great, of course. Thank you, Sam's Vlogs Trains and More, for the highlighted milestone message. Look at that. He's been a member for almost 3 years, if you can believe that. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. I'm going to try to move a little bit faster now because we've got another hour. The Stock Explorer is going to go live. We're going to raid in, and they're going to let us continue to meet friends and family members over there. Let's get our Georgia Suburban Homestead onto the screen right now and see what they've got going on. They are working on 1,000 subscribers. They're officially on the road. They got 935 right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther. Tammy Rich, Searching Silver. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And yeah, here in Tuber Chat, the best success is always found in making the first move, reaching out to other creators, supporting them first with all the things we wish they would do for us, knowing that they will turn around and do the same thing. Everybody here has got the intention of supporting each other over the long term, far beyond days and weeks into even months and years, as you'll hear me talk about. So I'm just going to grab the latest herbed flatbread video from our Georgia Suburban Homestead. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. We've got a lot of homesteading friends that bring us indoor and outdoor content, usually in the ideas of prepping, cooking, canning, growing our own food, building a lot of the things that we need for our homes and our homesteads. When we look at shorts videos on this channel, we get into over 4,000 views, even over 5,000 on a couple of these. And then live streams are frequent as well. I caught them a couple of weeks ago. Hopefully I'll catch them again. They're doing these at least once a week. So we'd love to push them towards that 1,000 subscribers. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up. Oh, I see. Sam's Vlogs, Trains and More. Yeah. Some of these things in a lot of areas seem to have turned into more like civic holidays where the banks and government agencies and things like that will take the day off, but shopping malls and theme parks and everything else seem to be open. Butler Family Farm is going to come up right now. When we talk about homesteading channels, this is one that brings us a lot of different content. They've got 116 acres on their farm. They bring us outdoor and indoor content, of course, and when we look at what they've got going on, they've recently added bees to the farm, but they'll be back in March, right? Because they come and go, of course. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, as well as some pets, cats, and dogs on their farm. And then I'm just going to grab their latest video and put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them, make sure I don't fall behind. Shorts videos on this channel have gotten now into 3,300, 4,300, even 5,100 views and beyond, and I think that's a new one there. And then live streams on the channel are frequent as well. These creators really make themselves a part of the YouTube community by hopping out into different meetups and things like that. They try to film when they can. They do a lot of StreamYard panels as well. I've caught them many times and was grateful for some of what they did with the Mid-America meetup at the beginning of the summer and things like that. Hopefully I'll catch you for another stream soon. We caught their monetization celebration a few weeks ago, but they've got one coming up tonight, actually. They're going to be on in another couple of hours. So right after the Stock Explorer, we know that Butler Family Farm will have some new content for us as well. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up on the screen. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And we'll see what's happening with Janet Homestead where you are. So we're talking about homesteading channels all at once here. And these creators seem to have a common instinct or instinctive nature and wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other. That seems to be a common denominator between these channels. Now, Janet Homestead Where You Are brings an interesting twist to homesteading, because what they want to instill in us is the idea that homesteading type activities can be done regardless of the size of your space. You don't need 116 acres of farmland to be able to engage in a lot of the homesteading activities we talk about, like growing our own food, cooking, canning our own food, preserving, and things like that, right? And Janet Homestead Where You Are has got a brand new video. By buying in bulk ground beef, they're showing us we can save money by preparing some of our own food far in advance. It's funny, I was actually talking to Kristen about that today. We were out, we had to hit a store for a quick second this morning, and I was saying, it's a wonderful thing. I know, different people have different financial situations, and one of the things that can be really helpful and save a lot of money, though, is either, buying in bulk, exactly like they're talking about here, but the idea of, if you're somebody who, let's say, takes a daily vitamin, like I bought some vitamin C the other day, they're just chewable tablets or whatever, but you get such a better bang for your buck when you're buying 400 of them instead of a bottle of 60, if you can. One of the things that we don't talk about a lot when we talk about personal finance is the idea of cash flow. But it absolutely matters, right? How much money is coming in and going out every day, week, and month. And it's very important, because even though somebody might like to go out and buy 4 pounds of beef at a time, they may not be able to that because that week money's just a little bit tight and they've got to do the different things they do to have to shuffle. But when you can get into a point where you're able to start buying a few things in bulk, boy, can you really save money. And then, making a lot of food at home as opposed to buying in the stores. We all talk about inflation all the time because I think we all agree it's just out of control these days. We have to do what we can. That goes for almost everybody when it comes to watching and trying to get as much value for our dollar as we can. So that's going to be a helpful video. 25 pounds of ground beef. So they're doing a lot of prepping there, and it looks like they've got, I was thinking that was a burger press, but maybe I'm mistaken. But we'll see that video and see what they've done. So this is Janet Homestead Where You Are. They do canning, dehydrating, canning, dehydrating, fermenting. They've got chickens, ducks, geese. They talk about cooking, meal planning, winemaking, do-it-yourself products, as well as some YouTube tips and much more on the channel. So this creator's gotten into a couple thousand views with their shorts videos as well. That will likely continue to grow, and then live streams are frequent on the channel. They've actually been going every few days. I hope I can catch one of these. They've got some familiar faces in their StreamYard panels there, but I've got the notification bell on. It's been a couple months since I've caught you. Janet Homestead Where You Are has been another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in Superchat for a long time. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. It looks like it's going to be some of our Canadian friends that are in the process of cooking their Thanksgiving dinner right now. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures is coming up in 3.5 minutes. All right, we're back and looking at Mike and Rihanna's adventure. So they come to us from Medicine Hat, Alberta, and they bring a family vlogging channel. So they could be indoors, they could be outdoors, they could be giving us a tour of an area, taking us on an adventure, giving us a chance to know them at home. Now, one of the things we found is that Mike has recently become a travel agent, so he's got a series of travel talk videos, and I noticed that over a long period of time, Mike and Rihanna's adventures have really made themselves a part of the cruising and travel community as well, so you'll see them frequently on other people's channels. When we look at their videos, we see a lot of variety. I noticed that they've got a new one. I've put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them, make sure I don't fall behind. They're here with us every day for every stream, and they're working on 2,900 subscribers right now. Their shorts bring more variety, and they've gotten into 2,300, 2,400 views, one over 3,000, which is great to see, and that's a newer one actually. And then live streams are frequent on the channel. I haven't caught them in a couple of weeks, but hopefully I'll catch them for another one shortly. When we look at these creators, we also see that they've got a second channel, Rihanna's Life Adventures, is going to come up as well, and this is complimentary content. They got a few shorts over here. Videos have a little bit more variety. This channel gives us a chance to get to know Rihanna a little bit better, and then when we get into the live streams, we see that this creator has done a few of those. I've caught them several times already. They're working on their first 100 subscribers, but hopefully we'll push them a little bit farther. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. I know that the Stock Explorers got their live stream set up now, so in another 45 minutes or so, we'll go over there and raid into the Stock Explorers channel, and they will give us an opportunity to continue meeting more friends and family members the same way we are here. Every moderator on Superchat allows that in their premieres and live streams. We'll talk more about it when we get some of their channels on the screen again. So Paul's Green Space is up with 1,300 subscribers, and this creator I was really taken away with a few months ago when we featured them, because I went through a bunch of their content all at once, and I caught one particular video that really caught my eye, and it's a very information-packed video. This creator is growing more than 30 different vegetables, fruits, plants, vines, trees, and everything in between. Paul's Green Space is typically going to give us tips and tricks for our own gardening adventures. He will talk about some of the things that can't be planted together, some of the things that we can do to help when something we're working on just won't grow, even when you're doing all the right things. And he gives us a lot of ins and outs of gardening in different ways. So hopefully everybody will connect with Paul's Green Space. They're another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They got some shorts that have really moved into over 5,000 views. One's on the way towards 6,000 now. They recently updated their banner and avatar as well. We mentioned it earlier, but it's a good idea to give those a refresh once in a while. And then thank you, KK's Travel and Education Vlogs. They're still hanging out. Again, for anybody that's fairly new to Superchat, if you haven't been here many times before, my best suggestion is always to make the first move. Reach out to other creators first. Supporting them in all the ways you wish they would do for you, knowing that they will turn around and do the same thing afterwards. That's just more of a hint than anything else, but the best success in Superchat always comes from making the first move. So I'm way ahead with channels here because I'd forgotten to take a few off the wheel, but hopefully I've got it cleaned up now. We'll spin, we'll get another channel up here, and it looks like we're going to see the Stock Explorers channel. So this is Nora, and I did mention I was going to say something, we get a moderator's channel on the screen again. Every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They have been for a long time. They're all dear friends of each other, and they all have different channels, and they all do different things. One of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity, and for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Superchat. Now, the Stock Explorer is going to go live right after us at 5 p.m. Eastern or thereabouts. We'll go in and raid there. In another half hour, I'll start dropping the link for that, but we've got the notification bell on, of course. And the Stock Explorer streams frequently, actually. Sometimes they do StreamYard panels. Lately, they've been doing a lot of lottery ticket scratching. They do, more than anything else on their channel, talk about the stock market and crypto markets in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They bring video shorts and live streams. They talk through everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics like options trading and NFTs. They're forthcoming about their own stock plays, and I've seen them go as far as to invest in a stock, order a product from the company, and then unbox it on a live stream. Now, Nora does a lot of variety in the shorts on this channel, and we see this from a lot of creators regardless of their category or niche, where variety comes into play in the shorts. These have gotten now into 3,600 views and beyond, and I think this one is still moving. The Coke Freestyle Machine shorts video has got 6,300 views on it. Live streams are frequent, like I said, and I've even joined them on their channel. Many months ago, we did a live stream together where we talked about YouTube for a couple of hours. Now, Nora's got a second channel called Tropical Buzz, and being in Florida, they want to educate us about plant life, some of which they're going to grow themselves, some of which is already there. They got some shorts here that have gotten into almost 700 views and beyond, and then videos are posted occasionally. So hopefully everybody will connect with Nora on both of these channels. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go in a moment here. And actually, so now we've come up to this new section that I've put called Clear the Wheel. And what this means is that I'm now going to wipe out the wheel of all the names that are on there, and we're going to put back all the names of channels that should be on the wheel that are still here with us right now. So I need a few minutes to do that, and then we'll come back. Let me spin one more time so that we can see who's going to be the next channel that we're going to look at, and then I'll clear the wheel and we'll reload in a second. If any of our members are watching or listening that haven't been on the wheel or the screen yet, just please say anything at all in the chat. I'll make sure to get you reloaded. And what this means is we're going to move ahead by a drastic amount. So I should be able to get some names on the wheel from our chat list very soon. We'll be back in 3 minutes. All right, we're back and about to look at coastal water. So right before the break there, we saw the clear the wheel section again. And so I wiped off all the names from the wheel, put back the names of the creators who I know are still in the house, for the most part anyway, and I added a couple of extras. So KK's Travel and Education Vlogs and Hendo Pomeranian Puppy have been very active in the chat. I've got them on the wheel now, and we'll see what we can do about getting as many channels on the screen in the next half hour as possible. We'll drop the link shortly for the Stock Explorer. They're going to go live right after Tuber Chat in half an hour, and they will give you a chance to continue meeting more friends and family members the same way we do here when we're over there. Val and Phil channel, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And One Miguel Africa, good to see you here as well. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but please correct me if I'm wrong. And hopefully you're both feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Tina Abel Warrenden, good to see you here. Together We Travel still in the house. I'm not sure if Broken Hearts Ministry is still here or any of our other members that may not be on the wheel. There's Sam's Vlogs, Trains and More right there. I wasn't sure if he was still here. And Home Bartending with John has been added as well. So Coastal Water's up on the screen right now. This is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. One of the things I talk about with this channel particularly is the idea that the most common complaint that I get on YouTube is that people wonder, why is it so difficult for us to get our in real life friends and family members to support our YouTube channels when we can find people online who are willing to do it? It makes it that much more extra special when we do find in real life friends and family members supporting each other's channels, like this husband and wife combo. So this is Coastal Water and her husband, Backlash Fisherman, are always either found together on each other's channels or out in other people's live streams and premieres in the chats and things like that as well. So after a little while today, I will add some more names onto our wheel from our chat list, but Coastal Water came up when we spun just before that break there. Broken Hearts Ministry's been added again. Controversial Cruising is there. Cruising Scene's still on there, of course. Now, Coastal Water's closing in on 1,600 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther. She will bring us unboxing videos, outdoor adventures, and a lot of cooking videos on her channel. Shorts can bring all kinds of variety, and when we look here, we see a lot of delicious looking content. Sometimes she's outdoors as well. When we get into live stream, she's got a few series, including a few days from now, she's going to have another live stream. She often does a series called Cooking with Coastal, where we get to follow her in the kitchen. Now she's got a ghost stories idea, which is great as we work our way towards Halloween. As well, she's got Car Confessions, which is a chance to get to know her, and this is where more often than anything else we're going to find her with her husband, Backlash Fisherman. If I roll over a couple of these, we'll probably see him in the rollovers. These creators bring similar content with these ride-along live streams. There's Backlash Fisherman with her right there. So, I think it's extra special when we find creators that are supporting each other in this way. This is a husband and wife combo with separate channels, but they're always together. And 1,500 subscribers for this first responder on his channel. He's got some shorts that have now gotten into 3,800 views and beyond. A brand new breakout shorts over 6,200, which is great to see. Live streams are frequent on this channel. Sometimes he's hanging out with other creators for hobby hangout. Sometimes he's doing cooking with Backlash. So this is a husband and wife combo that both spend a lot of time in the kitchen. And then we've got ride-along live streams from from Backlash Fisherman, and if we dig through the channel, we first of all see a lot of family togetherness, a lot of special guests on the channel as well, and then Coastal Water and Backlash Fisherman, like I said, are often found together. I'm always happy to see that kind of family togetherness when it comes up. Fishing first on this channel, he's got a couple of new videos. I'm just going to put a new reel video for his fishing rod onto my catch-up playlist, and that's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. If anybody would like to swap playlists in the chat with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Canadian Family Life is another husband and wife story here. Tiffany is the creator behind this channel, but her husband recently started one as well. We'll look at both of them. This creator brings us a lot of grocery hauls and garden updates more than anything else, but she started to get into unboxing videos and shout outs as well. When we get into shorts videos on the channel, some of these have gotten 1,400 views and beyond. One is over 2,500 now, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel are frequent as well. I missed the one from last week, but hopefully I'll catch the next one. This channel's monetized. One of the first two we saw monetized with the new restriction of 500 subscribers, but they're now well over 1,800, which is great to see. Super chats and memberships available to support them with when we get there, of course. When we look at Canadian Family Life Hubby, we find that these two channels are run by a husband and wife combo that are located in New Brunswick, and this creator has now started with a 3D printing series of videos and shorts on the channel. So hopefully everybody will push Canadian Family Life Hubby towards the first 100. We know they're thinking about it. We know that the road to the first 100 is more challenging than ever before, but as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, we see channels growing, hitting different milestones like the first 100 and far beyond all the time. Another creator that's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for quite some time is Home Bartending with John. He happens to be a silver member, so we see his channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and every end of every live stream when I do things like that. This creator has a one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family. You don't have to have a home bar setup as elaborate as what John has here to be able to take part in some of the recipes and ideas that he brings on his channel, but he's going to teach us how to make some of our favorite cocktails, some of the most famous cocktails in the world. He also does a lot of product reviews on the channel, as we can see, and he brings extra ideas with comparisons of different types of liquors and liqueurs, but also ideas about different types of cocktails, like for instance how to make 8 different mocktail recipes, so non-alcoholic stuff. He also gets into how to make where are they? Low-calorie cocktails. That's what I was looking for. He's posted a lot of videos, my goodness. And he also takes requests on the channel. I think I forgot to mention that the last couple of times. He's done a couple for me already, so if there's a particular type of thing you'd like to see him make, he'll be happy to do that as well. He's also expanded his shorts on the channel, and some of these have now gotten into 1,500, 1,700 views, one of them over 5,600, which is great to see as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with him, and obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Little Ridge Farm, good to see you in the house. Legal-minded friends, Karen Cole is also here. Carrie Leonard is coming up right now. I just spun the wheel, and then we'll see what she's got going on her channel for today. I'll get through as many channels as we can in the next half hour, and about 10 minutes from now I'll start dropping the link for the Stock Explorer. They're going to go live right after Tuber Chat and give us an opportunity to meet more friends and family members on their channel as well. So Carrie Leonard sitting at 87 subscribers right now, and I realize we already looked at that channel for today, so we'll spin the wheel, we'll get another channel ready to go, and we're happy to know that we're one ahead. And thank you, Home Bartending with John. We're all looking forward to new content as soon as you can get it, but he's been a very dear friend here in the Tuber Chat family for a long time. He's done a couple, like I said, requests for me, including the famous trash can cocktail which a couple of our Canadian friends have recently found in Nashville, Tennessee. It's not typical here. I've asked a couple of our bartenders and they hadn't heard of it before, but it's a really elaborate drink. And then, of course, the Old Fashioned was a staple from the Mad Men TV series, and he did that one for me as well. And there you go. So the Stock Explorer is going to do a StreamYard panel. You can send them an email. They'll get the link out there, so that'll be an interesting conversation. Hendo Pomeranian Puppy is up here right now, and this is a creator I recently caught again for a premiere the other day, last week. They've got another one coming up in a few days, and this is somebody who's got a channel that's just on a huge growth spurt, now working on 12,000 subscribers. So I'm just going to grab the latest video that they've got. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. You can see they post frequently, several times a week when they can, and then shorts on the channel have gotten into thousands of views, 28,000, 31,000, 34,000, 37 and beyond, which is great to see, so that will likely continue. And then live streams are something that they've done a couple of times. We'll keep an eye on the channel and see if they're going to bring any more of those. We got notification bells on for everybody, of course. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get the next channel coming up. Controversial Cruising is here, and it's time for me to get a couple more names from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. And I've got a robot in the background that helps me keep track of that. So I'll look at that in a second. When we look at Controversial Cruising, we see a creator with 358 subscribers right now, somebody who collaborates with others regularly. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos and put this into my catch-up list here. But you can see that they're bringing a variety in their travel content here, as well as cruising. When we get into variety, we see some of their videos with some of the CapCut type ideas with celebrities have gotten into 6,000 and 7,000 views and beyond. And then live streams are frequent on the channel as well. They're going live a couple times a week as a minimum and bringing some familiar faces into their cruise talk. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. They're working on 400 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. So let me see what I can do about adding a couple of names onto our wheel right before I spin again. And in the meantime, if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. So I'm going to get Tammy Rich Searching Silver onto the wheel along with Team Goodman, who are longtime friends of ours, and we'll see what we're going to do about more names on the wheel shortly. Let's spin, and Tammy Rich, look at that, Searching Silver is coming up right now, so we'll see what they've got going on their channel. Now, one of the things I should mention again, because I haven't said it for a while, is just here in Superchat, the best success comes from making the first move, reaching out to other creators, supporting them with all the things you wish they would do for your channel, knowing that they will turn around and do the same thing for you. Everybody's here for the same reason. Everybody wants and needs the same kind of help from each other, but we live wholeheartedly in this group with the idea of generosity at the forefront of our minds, thinking about doing more for others, much more than we expect people to do for us. But you hear in the stories that I tell that when we do that, it comes back in droves. Far more generosity comes back to us than we would have imagined in the first place. So this is the first time we're looking at this channel, but they've been with us before. They're working on 400 subscribers as well. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but I'm going to take your longest video here and put it in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are always here 3, sometimes 4 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. They're working on some shorts videos here. One's at 1,500 views, which is great to see. Hopefully we'll see more, and maybe they'll pick up the live streams again, but we'll be ready for you if you do. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. Little Ridge Farm, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. They've done that countless times before. I did spin the wheel, so we'll get Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More on the screen right away. He's a member and a moderator here, and Little Ridge Farm will come up next. We always put Super Chatters on the screen right away in order, and then members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. So Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More has been a dear friend for a long time. All of our moderators are dear friends of mine and of each other. They all have different channels, they all do different things, but they all allow everybody to meet more friends and family members during their premieres and live streams because of their overwhelming generosity. Now, Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More brings us a lot of train videos. He's posting like crazy. I'm having an impossible time keeping up here. I've got his latest video on my catch-up list, but this creator will bring us videos both of the trains and of the stations. He could be indoors or outdoors, giving us a tour, a look around, or giving us tips and tricks for our own train travels. This creator as well mixes up content on their channel with a lot of variety, particularly in shorts, as well as live streams. His shorts have gotten into almost 5,000 views now, which is great. Live streams can feature anything from channel updates and a chance to get to know Sam, to game nights like trivia and Q&As and things like that as well. Occasionally he'll take us outdoors. So hopefully everybody will connect with Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. Oh, the moderators are faster than I am. Thank you guys for that. Like I said, remember I said earlier in the stream today, things like trolling are picking up. So cruising scene, forgive me, I spun the wheel there. We're going to get your channel up next, but Little Ridge Farm dropped a super chat, so we'll put them up first. Those kind of things, by the way, that's not really trolling. Somehow they're able to get these automated systems to have those kind of things come rushing through your chat. It's awful. Most of us wish they'd never show up, but you don't have to worry about it too much. Your moderators will probably help. You just delete them. They're not even going to be using those channels soon anyway. They just keep coming up with new channels and doing the same thing over and over. That kind of stuff is not targeted. So I know sometimes you can have either trolling or some of these automated things come through. Sometimes they spend a second to get to know your first name, but most of it is not malicious. They're just either misbehaving or automated, like that kind of nonsense there. I just want to try to reinforce the idea of not letting it get to us. It happens. It'll probably happen in increasing numbers over the next few months, and then it'll die off in the spring again. So we're at Little Ridge Farm right now, and this creator, Mark, is bringing us tiny home living and a lot of do-it-yourself type videos. Missed a birthday bash for Kira yesterday, so I'm sorry I missed that, but let me put that video into my catch-up list. Happy birthday to Kira. She's often found on the channel with Mark, as a matter of fact. Now, this channel brings us homesteading type activities, along with what we see lately, a lot of construction and renovation type videos, but there's a special story in the channel as well. It's not what the channel's about, but it's a part of it. This creator actually had their home burned down last year, and they literally lost everything, and they're in the process of recouping and rebuilding. But I have caught Mark more than once in other channels saying things like, you know, it could have been worse, or there's a lot of people in the world who have it worse off than we do. And it's really interesting, and I think humbling, to hear that come from somebody who literally has lost their home. So it's wonderful to see that kind of positivity, and Little Ridge Farm is spreading positivity and generosity everywhere they go. I've seen Mark on many other live streams and StreamYard panels and things like that as well. And like I said, he's often with his daughter. The birthday bash, oh, it's coming up tonight. That's great. So I'm going to put this into my... well, I put it in the catch-up list, but I've got the notification on for this live stream. and then hopefully we'll catch that. So that's going to be a couple of hours from now. So we know we've got a few things going on today. The Stock Explorer is going live right after Tuber Chat in another 15 minutes or so. It's time for me to start dropping their link, and then Kira's birthday bash will be a couple hours later, so probably right after the Stock Explorer, and a couple other channels we've talked about will be going live as well. The best thing about YouTube, or one of the big good things, is the idea that even if we miss each other's content while it's on, we can always go back. We can catch these replays, we can catch these videos. So the idea of competition is very different than it is in the traditional sense here, because you don't have to choose. You know what I mean? If two people have birthday celebrations at the same time, it's not like where you have to choose one party to go to. You can always go back for the second replay and give them some love in that way as well. So thank you, Little Ridge Farm, and thanks for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Mark has done that countless times, and absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. Tips World Talks is here as a member. I've got them on the wheel. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. And we'll get as many channels on the screen as we can in the next 15 minutes or so. So let me spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. I'm going to get the link for the Stock Explorers live stream. They're coming up shortly. We'll go in there and raid after. I've got my live redirect set ready to go. And Team Goodman is coming up. They're longtime friends of ours. They've been with us for at least a couple of years. I think it's almost 3 years now. I'm just going to drop the link for the Stock Explorers live stream, and we'll pin it so that everybody can get to it easily if you'd like to. The chat's already going over there, and we'll go over and raid together in another 15 minutes. I will leave Tuber Chat running right up until the moment the Stock Explorer starts so that we can clean up our connections here, but you will be invited and encouraged to meet more friends and family members for your own channel when you're with the Stock Explorer. They're a dear friend and a member and a moderator here. Now, Team Goodman, like I said, has been with us for just about 3 years, I think, right? And you know I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of 3,000 and beyond. They're working on 3,500 now. So I see that they've got many videos. I'm behind with this channel, but I'm just going to grab the latest video, put it in my catch-up list, and that will give me a chance to catch up with them. Playlists can be a great tool for that. So again, if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other here for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. When we get to shorts on this channel, we see a lot of variety, but look, some of these have really done well. 18,000, 20,000, 30,000 views on one of these, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel are frequent, and I've caught this creator time and time again. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one very soon. They seem to be streaming frequently, even up to today. Legal-minded friends, Karen Cole, thank you so much for the super chat. That's a UK lawyer. We're going to look at their channel right this second. We always put super chatters on the screen right away as soon as they occur. We put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. We'll get back to spinning in a moment. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Boondocking with Boomer, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. The best success here in Tuber Chat always comes from making the first move, reaching out to other creators with generosity, offering to do much more for them than we expect them to do for us, knowing that they'll turn around and end up doing more than we were hoping for in the long term anyway. So legal-minded friends, Karen Cole, comes to us from the UK. They are a lawyer bringing legal information and a lot of interesting interviews as well. 870 subscribers already. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 900 they're thinking about. I'm just going to grab another video from them. They've just got a short video here as the latest one. I'll put that in my catch-up list so I don't fall behind. Shorts videos on this channel have started to get into 1,300 and 1,400 views, which is great to see. Lots of variety here. This is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they've got a lot of live streams that have come up, even with familiar faces here. So we're happy to see Yellow Shirt Dad on the channel, and I'll catch you for another live stream hopefully shortly. I've got the notification bell on for every channel. We always do that in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And we'll see what's coming up next. That's a close one. And, you know, the other day, I think Scratch and Pete PA was chosen first for the first time ever. But Scratch and Pete PA, who's here for every single stream, knows what it's like to wait 3 hours almost to get onto the screen when we spin that wheel. So, and thank you very much, legal-minded friends Karen Cole. Now, Tips World Talks is another channel I'm still getting to know. They just found the Tuber Chat family within the last couple of months. Together we travel. I'm going to get you onto the wheel right now. And Tips World Talks has got 691 subscribers right now. They've got some shorts on the channel that are front and center. So we'll look at those first. We see that these have gotten into 5,100, 5,200 views and beyond, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel are fairly frequent, so they seem to be doing these about once a week as well, and having StreamYard panels there, obviously, so we'll see what more they're going to come up with. I've got notification bells on for every channel, of course, and then videos bring pure variety, but we'll see if they're going to come up with some more new content shortly, and they're working on 700 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit closer to that milestone as well. It's time for me to drop the link again for the Stock Explorer. They're going live in 10 minutes. And Willow's Creations, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I wonder if that's a record, Scratch and Pete PA, or if it's ever been longer. That's 2 hours and 50 minutes to wait for Scratch and Pete PA to get on the screen. His channel's on the wheel before we even start every time. He's here for every single stream. He's only missed 2 that I remember in the Tuber Chat family. It could be a little bit more now because he went on vacation. He might have missed a couple while he was gone, 2 or 3 actually, now that I think of it. But other than that, he's here for every single stream. If you can imagine, that is getting close to 600 times that Scratch and Pete PA has been here just for these streams, not to mention the support he gives me personally on other channels. He literally seems to be everywhere all the time. Now, Scratch and Pete PA is a beloved and dedicated moderator here. He's known as a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family, and he's inspirationally the reason why I use the word seems to be everywhere all the time to describe him and other creators as well, if that makes sense. Now, Scratch and Pete PA is working on 1,800 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther. He brings us the Scratch Challenge series of videos. We talked about this earlier because he updates his banner every single week with content included to let us know what's about to happen. He's got giveaways in his videos. You find a hint to that in his thumbnails, which are also updated, of course. And you can see through them that presentation's on the forefront of his mind, with his bright, beautiful avatar being matched by that banner and those thumbnails. Excuse me. Now, as well, you'll notice he's talking about Instagram, Twitter, or X, and Facebook, because what he does is pits 2 lottery tickets against each other in his video series, but gives us the chance to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on the other social networks, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique, and a lot of fun to be a part of. Now, you see the hints about the giveaways and the thumbnails like I was talking about, and he premieres every single Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern with perfect consistency. Without fail, he will run one of the fastest rolling chats that you've seen in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of the Stock Explorer, VS Speaks Royally, or Garden State Gardener, and a few others. It's very fast-paced, very high energy, a lot of fun to be a part of. He has got some shorts on the channel that have gotten into thousands of views now. He has expanded his content because in the vacation that I talked about, he took off to Italy for 3 weeks, and about 3 weeks, and brought us a lot of shorts videos, including some Italian lottery tickets. One of these has gotten into 3,000 views and beyond now, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel have started. He brought us his first live stream from Italy, which is really cool, which means he's expanded the content on the channel, and hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with him. Like I said, he's a beloved and dedicated moderator, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 6.5 years on YouTube. Now I feel bad because it makes me think. I often talk about Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures together. Michael's Adventures I forgot to mention today, but he always makes sure that I let everybody know that he's thinking about us on the days he can't be here, and he works a regular schedule of weekdays, usually in the afternoons, which is most often when we run our streams. So he always wants to make sure everybody knows he's thinking about us. That's Michael's Adventures. And we'll likely see him again on the weekend. KK's Travel and Education Vlogs is a channel I'm still getting to know. They recently started coming into the Tuber Chat live streams, but they've been here frequently already. They have got 658 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 700 that they're thinking about. And they've got some shorts here, so we'll have a look at these first because they're front and center on the channel. Some of these have gotten into 2,900, 3,200 views, and one of them over 10,000, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel, they've got a few set up. They've done a couple already, and we got notifications on for these. They seem to be planning these about once a week. So we'll look forward to that, and then videos on the channel bring some more variety with cruising and travel. I'm just going to take the latest video and put it in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get to know them a little bit better. Another piece of content to watch. Let's get the link for the Stock Explorer again. And we're going to go over there and raid shortly. They're going to go live any moment. Alfonso Cemento, good to see you in the house from Colorado. Don Yarndall's back in the house. I'm going to get you back on the wheel. I cleared the wheel a little while ago, and I think I just ripped off somebody's chance. I think it was Together We Travel that was about to come up on the screen. We'll see what they've got going on their channel right now. I've still got Broken Hearts Ministry on there. If anybody would like to swap playlists, just please simply say I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Together We Travel has 734 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 800 we know they're thinking about. They've got a couple new videos from the Carnival Legend. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list to give me a chance to stay caught up with them. And they will talk to us mostly about cruising, also about travel. I'm happy to see a lot of this content because for a couple of years there really wasn't much. And it's great that things have opened up and the cruising community seems to be as vibrant as ever. They have got 2,400 and 2,600 views on a couple of these shorts, one over 13,000, which is great to see, and live streams on the channel. We'll see if they're going to continue these. It's been about a month, but my guess is that they'll probably continue. I see them out supporting other creators all the time as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go here, Broken Hearts Ministry. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Gail Southern Living brings us a second channel here called Broken Hearts Ministry. There's a very special message behind this channel, and I hope everybody will check that out when you get to the About page. She's posting videos frequently, really working on getting this channel moving quickly. She's at 180 subscribers already. I've just grabbed their latest video and put that into my catch-up list. They've got some shorts on the channel as well, and these have started to get into well over 2,000 views on a couple of them. Live streams are frequent. She's going live almost every day, and we know and love this creator from Gail's Southern Living. She is the host of the Fall Fest 2022 and 2023 giveaways, where an abundant number of channels, dozens of channels were included. Now, she's got some new videos on her Gail's Southern Living channel. She comes to us from the Homesteading community. She's got over 2,600 subscribers here, and she's very well known as an incredibly supportive creator, so much so she's actually done 2 different how to use Superchat videos so that her friends can get the most value for the time they spend here, for which I'm grateful. And shorts videos on this channel have gotten now into 38 and 4,600 views, one over 18,000 as a breakout short as well. And then when we get into live streams, we see that this creator streams occasionally as well. She's got a couple more coming up in the next week or two. We've got our notifications on for those as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming in. And then I'm not sure which warning you're talking about, Alfonso. I'm not sure. Oh, I wonder if oh, you might be commenting too much or saying the same thing too many times. So I'm also known for a bit of copy and paste, an abundant amount of copy and paste when it comes to commenting. But we have to be careful about that. So when you're in chats or when you're commenting on videos, if you say the same things over and over, you can find yourself with these warnings. So that might be a reason. I may not be right about that, but it's an idea. I've been blocked many times. I find that if you comment on more than 50 videos a day, YouTube will start to suppress your comments. But the fact that they're giving you that warning is letting you know that you probably got to dial it back a little bit. So it's just an idea. If you find that you're saying the same things again and again, just try to keep it to once at a time, or once per stream and things like that. It can get you a guideline strike. Absolutely, yes. Violating community guidelines can get a strike at some point, so you want to be careful. Don Yarndall is up on the screen right now. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here, especially today. We're coming in at an uncommon day and time. Happy Thanksgiving to our Canadian friends, and hopefully the American friends are celebrating or enjoying the day for Columbus Day. And we will expect to be back probably Wednesday night as usual. Certainly back on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Those streams will all come as pop-ups for everybody. But hopefully you got our notification bell on. Don Yarndall has 706 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards the 800 she's thinking about. I've just got her latest video in my catch-up list here, so I can catch up with her. She's going to talk to us about fiber arts and fiber crafts. She's got shorts videos that are approaching 500 views and beyond, and lots of live streaming. I've caught her many times, and hopefully everybody will put those notifications on and make sure you catch her here. You can see she's a dynamic creator as well, and got lots of friends. I catch her on StreamYard panels as well. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Don Yarndall. We'd love to push her towards the 800 I'm thinking about. Let's go over and raid the Stock Explorer. They're giving us a chance to meet more friends and family members during their stream, which should be starting right now or may have already started. I've got the live redirect set. I'll leave this stream running for 3 more minutes so that everybody can clean up their connections here, and we'll see everybody again soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.